he's out of bullets. Oh, he would have probably had that.
Probably, but he already delivered his 2 headshots in the round. The first one in the window to really decimate that Ents defense, that Ents mid stack, and it's just Sergey. He's got 2 kills in the round. Needs to find this clutch. Taco over towards Catwalk, Fallen waiting inside the site. No one's made contact, and Utility's gonna give up his position.
Yeah, they definitely know now. See if he can make his way out. It's gonna have to be a little bit quick, this one. He does have a defuse kit, but still 2 players to find on the bomb site, and a perfect crossfire. 10-5 at the end of the first half in favor of MIBR. Shocking ends here at the first half of the semi-final. Can't really believe it. We're gonna go to a quick break, and then we'll be back with the second half. Stay tuned.
They can try, but can't do it like Vinny. Yeah, no permission. I got it.
I've been working part-time jobs, chasing all my dreams out lately. No matter if I try too hard, nothing's ever enough, baby. No, I don't care too much. I don't care too much. As long as I can keep you by my side. I don't care too much. We got time, no rush. In your eyes, I always see there is something meant for me. In your eyes, I always feel different.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is MIBR and it ends here with the semifinals of the Intel Extreme Masters in Chicago. And to everybody's surprise, it is MIBR in the lead on the T side of Mirage with 10-5. How did that happen?
They just worked really, really well as a team, obviously. I think Taco had some great teamwork. Lucas had some very impactful kills, but Fur leading the way at 19 frags. But we have to remember, this is where they struggled, earlier in this tournament. Their CT sides, at times, are not as well drilled as their T sides. So this is going to be a tough half for them still. And Zeus just barely misses the information, but it's a very similar setup, except add one player to Ence's defensive side.
They have really gone all in on this A-bomb side. Ents are going to feel either very unlucky or very red if they execute into this four-man stack. They do have a Molotov that could do a lot of damage to Zeus, or even if it bounces off into Shadow, that would obviously be the jackpot at this point in time. And they're just waiting for it. Now, X7 is clearing out middle, so they're waiting for him. And let's see when they're going to go for it. They're all set up and have been for a long time, so I imagine it's going to be fairly quick. I'd be looking for that Molotov. That probably is the key difference maker at the moment. They're jumping around the corner. The grenade has finally been thrown, but it goes the wrong direction. Still, big opening kills here for Zeus and Lucas. Sergey jumping down, and there was Fallen, the second player right behind him. And the reload doesn't even matter. Lucas will take down 3, and look at Zeus. He is so excited. They win the pistol round, and now they're up 11-5.
Well done, and they just ran into so many bodies. That had to be so depressing. But also, you talked about the jackpot, that Molotov underneath in the dark.
Yeah.
And it went all the way towards jungle. It was the least useful Molotov that could have possibly been thrown with this kind of a setup. It is a bit of a gamble. It's by no fault of Ence's. No, but off some inspired play, MIBR with this 11-5 lead.
You made that call in the beginning of the round. It could be based off demos that you've watched, just a feeling, but regardless. Ooh, wow. That's an important return for Fallen, in fact. When you get that call right, though, it feels great. Yeah. You know you've done something good here.
Yeah, it really does. Flashbang, oh, that's great support. That's great help from Zeus. Off catwalk, here he comes for one more. 8 kills on Zeus, who will be playing at the upcoming major in this lineup. So for him, this is all shake the rust loose. This is all warm-up, essentially.
Now we've got the Kriegs in play, and I do agree with your point. You are playing with Zeus in the lineup. CT sides probably are going to be much trickier.
He plays a really tough spot as well. He plays that catwalk position.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a fun spot to be.
But Zeus, if you do what he just did, flashing into the middle for a window player,
yeah,
that's pretty good. That's pretty neat. Another heavy lean towards the A-bomb side, and they might get called on it this time.
Ariel with a little bit of Molotov damage. Yeah, they're in some trouble. Taco's the only one here, just with an SMG as well. He needs this early spot.
He doesn't even have any grenades.
The question is, does MIBR just naturally start rotating over after a certain amount of time? They're just pop flashing A ramp, so someone certainly needs to come in. Oh, he gets picked out. I think that's the bomb site loss. That's the round over already. For MIBR, I think the rest of these 4 players just save, as underwhelming as that would be.
Well, at least they're not saving in a show match mode. So.
It's true. That was oddly, you know, that was a pretty rat move.
I didn't feel good when we were doing that. I felt like, oh, we've kind of gone and done it now. It's 12-5 though, and ultimately, yeah, I mean, I don't even know what Taco, in what world could he have done something really great there? He's got no grenades. I mean, the best that he could do is like, even if he gets a kill and falls back to a safe position, everybody else so far away, and he's not going to get like a triple kill surely with the MP9. I feel like that was.
No, but I think the defense was just about to adjust. I think that pop flash towards A ramp, Lucas was clearing it out, and I think the hit just comes in at the wrong moment. A few more seconds, 5 more seconds, I think you start having a second player rotating back towards the B bomb site. It might still not have been in time, but you know, listen, you're up 12-5. You have some chances. You have some rounds to play with to take some risks.
Yeah, and I mean, all they lost was the MP9. They get saved pretty much everything else. Zeus, of course, being a gentleman, dropping that M4 for Taco. Now we've got a little bit of a timeout. 6-12. It is a pretty good lead here for the Brazilian side, but it's not insurmountable.
No, it can disappear quickly, especially if ENCE can find some way to wrestle economic control away from MIBR. It would certainly help by just straight up winning this round. There's not a lot of money for the Brazilians to play with, and if that happens, and then you get into that cycle that we saw ENCE into, where their money isn't quite there, that's when you can really rack up the scoreline. And for MIBR, they're just thinking in their heads, we need to close this out as soon as humanly possible. No mistakes. Let's just close this out 16-6. We'll see what they can do. 2 AUGs, 2 M4s, no AWP on Fallen at all, but a 6-round lead.
Got the buffer. They can make a couple of mistakes, but let's just see how this unfolds in round number 19. ENCE, that's a lot of damage to X7, and didn't even really get any info. That was just a good grenade.
That was a really good grenade. Looks like it's a rinse and repeat.
But they boosted Zeus up in the corner.
Yeah, it's going to be a much harder defense here. Taco in a good position, just going to smoke it again. I think that's just a few seconds off. I think it's just late. They're going to get past it already. That's a big kill for X7. And they might think this is the very same thing. Zeus needs 2. He needs 2 kills, and he's not going to get 1. And again, I think MIBR, if Fur can, he needs to back away. They need to start thinking about saving this. 3 on 4. But Fur is so low, and the smokes and the choke points, the follow-up Molotovs are going to be dangerous as well. And a flank even. Alu waiting at top mid.
I wonder if X7, when he sees that smoke going into the hallways as they're rushing through, if he actually knows exactly where Taco threw it from. Because he was just pre-aiming that angle perfectly. Because he must have seen it coming down. Good shot there from Lucas, but again, it is too late to try and attempt any kind of retake. So they do a little bit of damage, but they're going to have to back on out of there. That was a really great entry from X7.
It's back-to-back rounds just going to the B bomb site, finding success.
That could be a powerful way to play this T side for ENCE if they can do that and actually force MIBR to change their defense.
They're going to have to. I think someone's going to have to be more dedicated there. And the next gun round, I mean, even with 2 players in the site, that was still a pretty difficult hold.
You know, one thing they could do, and I think we've actually seen that from them before.
Taco with an op?
Yeah, Taco or even Fallen, depending on what they would. Even I would be happy with that, actually. Just because of that deep angle you can take, so you get the advanced information at the very least. This is looking way better on the second half here for ENCE. 7-12. And the economy for MIBR all the time right on the edge. If not for these save calls, they wouldn't even have guns right now.
Oh, for this whole round is on display. Good headshot. He knows there's one more, but he's got no HP. How do you get out of this scenario? He's got to try and call their bluff, Sergey. Coming into the smoke, just going to spam through. Surely one of these bullets would connect, and he's done it. Under the cover of smoke, he's made it out. A bit of celebration.
That's crazy.
Sergey's going to cry when he sees that replay.
Yeah, probably a little bit. Like a little tear rolling down the cheek, I could imagine. That is so unlikely. Well, let's see if he's going to make something of it now that he's managed to escape. They are still all set up outside of the A bomb site with X7 holding that mid position. Could be so powerful to do that because you can catch people rotating in and you can obviously go for the flank later in the execute if you feel like it.
MIBR's doing it again. They're stacking towards A. Zeus is kind of cheating over here as well. There's still just Taco in the B bomb site. This is the best hold you can think of. That's the bomb on the ground as well.
Yeah, that bomb being dropped, that's a big deal. Grenade can land right on top of Alu. And now they're in a lot of trouble here on the Finnish side. Excellent kill, but X7 goes down in the middle. That's the flank and the only one coming. The rest of them gonna have to try and do this. 2-on-4 with 30 seconds. That is very, very unlikely. A bit of a grenade, but it goes too far, and Alu will take the kill on Fur. He was already low. And Fallen now rotating through the middle. Alu gonna go for the bomb plant. I am surprised that they made it this far in, and he's gonna get it even with the shots coming through the box. Now, are they gonna be expecting the flank? Sergey's up here. He's got a good position, and Fallen's been walking for quite a while. Does not want to give anything away. The rest of them now quickly retaking the bomb site. Oh, they're so fast here, but Alu's got the position. AWP to take down Fallen. They need this round ends. They've only just started to come back. And that bomb is in great position for that ramp. It's going to be very hard. The Molotov, he's actually waiting a little bit. They just fake the bomb out. Alu is still going to pick up the kill. Oh, but they hold it in. And MIBR get the defuse. They faked it once, and then they followed it through.
Sergey was a little scared to take any peeks from Palace. They'd applied some pressure onto him, and he just didn't want to mess with it. He figured someone would be holding him in. Alu just not fast enough on that follow-up peek. I do not know how Fur escaped this scenario. That is so, so nice, and yeah, even getting aggressive on the Opper. MIBR 13-7 now.
They're loving it. Fallen giving a nod of approval to Zeus, so I think, yeah, we're doing this, it's working. 13-7, ladies and gentlemen.
It's a final timeout called by MIBR.
Yeah, really trying to keep the troops under control. It's strange as well, weird position to be in. You win the round, but you only survive with well...
Zero.
Zero, yeah, the last guy went down, so they've got nearly nothing.
Yeah, I think even Ents with a loss like that, even though the scoreline doesn't look pretty, I think they're kind of okay with a loss like that. You can reset them immediately. And you've got plenty of cash flow. Especially with that bomb going down, the extra money. Alu does find position, wanted to go for a fast pick with an AWP, but it's not there for him.
I mean, it's not quite the last chance for Ents, but we're really quickly getting there. I think they must have been assuming they could put the brakes on this MIBR train, but it hasn't really been possible yet. Like the attempt close there with the AWP. Oh, and another chance there. Probably hoping that all the chaos on the ramp would distract Lucas, but it didn't. The MP9 comes out big, and they're going to get Fur in return, but it's still a favorable trade here.
They did exactly what we talked about, falling at the B bomb site. He actually got aggressive, and Lucas now pushing in towards Palace, and MIBR is just crunching the sides of this map. Pushing up, and aggression everywhere is going to give them so much information, and I think even Fallen certainly might just find a free kill back towards T-spawn. It's X7 who's going to walk right back into the crosshairs.
Ooh.
It's all down to timing for Fallen and the footsteps.
Oh my God.
He didn't hear it.
Every second, I mean, Fallen actually saw him on a little bit on his screen, but now,
this is
so... check the middle. I can't believe this is happening. Now he's making noise, and there's the chance, but he misses the opportunity. A very unlikely scenario, and Fallen getting a kill, hugging the wall, turning around, he's ready for it! That's gonna be a huge double, saving the AWP. Life is timing, Moses.
You can see the machinery working in Fallen's head when he's playing that. He knows there's someone behind him, but he ignores it. He looks towards connector. He knows that's the next point of attack. He even dodges the flashbang coming in from behind him as well before spinning. That is so sick from Fallen. It could have actually been Ents' escape out of the round.
It really could have been. Yeah, they find that kill, they know B's empty,
yeah.
They run for it. This is, yeah, again, this is very surprising, but also, they do look like they're having fun in MIBR. When's the last time we've seen that?
It's been a while. I know it was something they talked about focusing on at various times over the past few months. I think for me it stands out at the Pro League, the regular season. Zeus talking about, we wanted to get loud again. We wanted to get, a little bit more energy in our game. And it didn't last. I think they did it for like a week in Pro League, and then you saw them at events, and it was back to like a little bit dour, a little bit quiet, grim, but...
I think that's even been a feature across the board, right? There was some thread on Reddit where, the community were praising loud Counter-Strike. I feel like we are making a return to that, and I've got to say, I absolutely love it. And obviously later you're going to see Team Liquid on the stage, and well, we all know what that is like. So Lucas going to be holding the CT spawn right now with the Krieg. Again, a very powerful weapon. Oh, Zeus trying for the jump, and Alu absolutely calling his bluff there. And he wanted to follow it up. And Taco will win the fight, so now it's on for the A-bomb side. They're going to rush immediately, and a running headshot from Aerial, taking down Lucas.
If Lucas had got that kill, this would have been much more doable. Fallen now with the AWP, trying to find a pick, hoping someone gets aggressive. But he's got to be patient. If he wants to go for this whatsoever, he can't anymore. Sergey catches Fur on the flank, and that has to be the signal to retreat.
Yeah, back out immediately. Double AWP to be saved, so that's a lot of money.
Yeah, well, also, Taco has 2,500, so the next round he can drop. Lucas can buy himself. And you basically give Zeus whatever weapon you have left over, but MIBR can have another buy in the next round. If these two ops stay in their hands, which they should. Ent's not on the hunt. 8-14 as they just barely hang on in this match.
Yes, still trying it. I mean, a comeback could obviously still happen. Second map as well would be on Train, so kind of a tricky map to be playing whoever you are. I feel like T-sides Train are always a bit strange.
Ents are going to be big fans.
Oh yeah, they're going to love it, but even teams that are good on Train, I feel like sometimes have weird performances every once in a while.
Every once in a while.
14-8 though. Double AWP, MP9, M4. They've got a little bit to work with here on the MIBR side.
It is those ops. We'll see how Taco uses his at the B bomb side. Lucas is going to push up. He's going to get aggressive. Alexi's already so quick down mid, and they know it. And he's actually checking underpass as well. But Lucas has already made it up the stairs, and he's going to clear this entire side of the map out. Taco's going to rotate back. MIBR have so much information.
I wonder if they saw that decal at the end of the hallway, because then they definitely know that someone was back there. Alexi B. Oh, the smoke. Yeah, he's going to go for the shot. Fur will be going down. And that is a big benefit right there, but look at where Lucas is. He snuck in behind them. He's about to find the bomb. If X7 is somehow ready for this, that would almost be godlike. He's around the corner, and I'm not sure he was ready, but at the crosshair in the right position. That is now a big benefit to Ents.
I'm wondering how X7 just even knew, because Alu seems, maybe they saw, maybe they heard something, maybe he made a footstep, because there's 2 or 3 players looking at the flank towards the B bomb site for Ents. No, they had some indication.
That's what I'm saying. Because he threw a flashbang, Lucas, in underpass, that decal is on the floor, and I think maybe that's what they saw. Because then you would call it out. That's the only reason there would be a flashbang there, is if actually someone had pushed it.
That would have been brilliant for Lucas to find that. That would have been the bomb down. Now, everything rests on Taco with his AWP, and he has to kind of get a more passive position, because again, this is already a really, really tough round for them to come back into in a 3-on-5, but you also want to position yourself to be able to save that op if it comes to it.
They're going to find an empty bomb site. Taco got to be very careful not to overextend. As you said, saving this AWP is big news, and not going to be even close to possible for Taco. Sergey coming out of apartments to pick up the kill and plant the bomb, and again, I mean, Zeus could be a little bit annoying here with the MP9 on the exit, but ultimately, it'll be another round for Ents. 9-14. He actually has a kid.
Sergey? Oh, no.
No, but
he's not doing that.
Everyone calm down. Let's just wait. I mean, it's very unlikely. It's very difficult to do. They are actually hunting a little bit, but X7, Alexi and Sergey are being reasonable.
Well, how many more people are going to chase after him? Double kill for Fallen. There's a kill for Zeus, and yeah, he wants it. Oh, he sees him in the air. He gets the dink, can't find the kill. Props to Zeus. It's a nice attempt.
I'm not going to lie. If he had that kill, Sergey would have been on the ramp, and it actually is a long run from ramp to try and get the guy who's defusing on that side of the box. That's a cool attempt. I like that. 9-14 though, and well, the Finnish team creeping back into the game now. Won't say that MIB have run out of steam, but they've certainly run out of money.
Yeah, well, this is where it gets interesting, because that was the goal of this entire T-half for Ents, is to finally take away the economic control. And with those double ops that were being saved, MIBR was able to scrounge up some buys around them. But now that Ents have full control, I think MIBR might be in a little bit of trouble. I think these last 2 rounds might be the hardest they've had to get in this whole map.
Ooh. I think Fallen wanted to probably jump up on the railing there.
I think he'll be happy with just being alive after getting flashed.
Yeah, that could have ended badly. Now he's down in the middle, and he's got some backup here, so let's see if he can actually... Looks like he can get out alive. Sometimes those small mistakes could be costly. Zeus pushed up really close. And Ents seem to be set up for exactly this kind of play.
They are so patient at the moment. They are so far back. They have exposed themselves to absolutely no danger in this whole round. Well, Zeus is going to have to hold them off. Fallen still in middle. We'll see how this goes. P250 in hand, and Fallen can have the first shot. Oh, the run boost. Zeus, if he can get the guy in the air, Fallen's going to get the other one. That's huge. It works perfectly. No damage is taken. A 5-on-3, 50 seconds left, and they're speeding up to the B bomb site. There's 2 defenders here as well.
Yeah, third one now. Zeus even got back in time. Taco, that's what the USP. Just consecutive headshots, taking down X7. And out of nowhere, MIBR in the lead in this round, and ends. All the steam has now gone out of this. Sergey trying to get in. Fallen takes a kill on Aluin. Sergey with 22 health, and he goes down. It's Fallen with a triple. What a setup at top mid.
That's just, that's a lot of faith in Fallen with the AWP. And that run boost, you can't know it at the time if you're ends, but that might have been the worst call. Plenty of time for Zeus to line up the shot as he goes through the air. Fallen has the op on the bottom player, and that's just perfect. That's like stubbing your toe in the dark of night.
Oh, cold feet as well. Nobody likes that. Why do you do that? Oh, they run right in on top of the fire. Aerial, in fact, going to be going down. I don't know how that happens. That was a very deep Molotov, and that's 2 kills with absolutely no reply.
That is a result of just being mentally crushed, of losing your focus after losing that eco, just running straight into flames way too far.
3 versus 5 here for ENCE to try and hold on to this map and somehow get us into overtime. Otherwise, they're going to be suffering, again, an unexpected defeat, I would say, here on Mirage to MIBR. Of course, it's a best of 3, so they're definitely going to be back here. Fallen and Fur with 2 big kills, and third one in the round for Fallen. He's played a tremendous game here in the first map of the semifinals. Now Alexi B in the middle, and they're going to come for him. All of them just encroaching on the middle. 16-9 as MIBR take down ENCE on map number 1 here at the Intel Extreme Masters in Chicago for the first map of the best of 3. So as we said, Train going to be coming up, and there'll be a lot more to fight for.
There will be. Fallen 24 kills, Fur 25. The power of 2 of the veterans on MIBR. That is phenomenal. We're heading to a break. When we come back, we'll get...
Frank. Quite an exhilarating start. MIBR taking down ENCE on Mirage. But now we're going to go on to Train, and I have to agree with Pimp as well on the desk. I think this is going to be a map where ENCE feel a lot more comfortable. And I mean, the odds kind of reflect that as well. You could definitely tell most people watching definitely agree with Ents.
They should feel comfortable, but they have to be very, I mean, maybe not careful because it might not matter whatsoever, but if Fallen, you mentioned that smile when you start to see Fallen play well. Well, here's a map where he's been dominant on historically, and if we're going to get that good Fallen on this map, Ents could be in for a rough time. Lucas goes down, flashbang's not as effective as they'd like. Fallen gonna get pushed upon. That's a good kill from Zeus to keep some space, and look at what he's doing. Oh, he's hiding in the smoke. This is a very bold play. They're gonna go right past him. If he finds his turn out of the smoke, that's one more from Zeus. What a performance from him.
Well, Fallen's out of the smoke now, and they're right in front of him, and they don't even know he's gonna get one big kill, and finally shot down. That could have been the round-changing play right there. Fur on Mirage managed to hide inside of that smoke, and Fallen almost managed to do something even bigger there. And now Taco is alone.
That should have been the round-changing play. That should have been the play that made MIBR win this, and now it's a very difficult 1 versus 2, and you can see Taco, he just has to gamble. So nervous behind this little bit of cover. He has no information. And there's so much time for Ents to play with. Now they've spotted him out. He knows where 1 is, he's looking for the 2nd.
He's so out in the open. I'm surprised if they team up on him right now. It's Alexi to take him down instead. They didn't even need a double team. A triple kill for Alexi B. As Ents will pick up the pistol. I mean, that kind of a play, you feel like he should have had more of a reward. That would have been really something. Still, first round going for Ents. Scout already picked up.
Yeah, if he'd just gotten a clean kill on the first, he might have been able to transfer over. Zeus did everything he could. 2 nice headshots for Zeus. But full investment in this 2nd round. Zeus with the auto shotgun. He's going to push upper ramp. 3 players outside, including the scout on Fallen.
Do you really want to take the auto shotgun up a ramp? If they get close, sure, but if they go into the, the bomb side, you're going to be shooting at really long range. He might have found the right idea, actually. Sergey right around the corner. I would have said Pop Dog for this kind of a weapon.
Ooh, that's not ideal. And Sergey definitely heard that. He's going to back away. Zeus just trying to get up quietly. And he's going to fall again. So, listen, he's a coach. Let's give him a break.
I'm going to leave you with that one, Moses. You're on your own.
It looked like us in the show match.
It did look a lot like that. I think Zeus would probably beat both of us in a show match at this point. 2nd round are going to be coming up, and Lucas actually taking a lot of damage here. Bomb goes down out in that A yard and retaking it. Man, they don't have any grenades. They don't even have a fuse kit or anything. The auto shotgun, it does a bit of damage, but nowhere near enough. Fallen found a headshot in the meantime with the scout and Sergey, who was playing very well on Mirage, able to pick up a couple of kills here. And leaving for Taco, and I think best case scenario is you do a little bit more damage. You take 1 or 2 guns more away. That would be big. There's a headshot. Alexi be very patient. Taco going down, and he knows that facing this could mean another rifle lost. He's going to try and do it, but that's actually not a bad round for MIBR.
No, it's not at all. X7 is even coming in for the hunt just a little bit, but I don't think Fur's going to actually expose himself. The bell tolls, and it's a 2nd round for Ents.
That could have been a very dangerous round if they did not get the bomb plant down so quickly. I feel like as soon as they got that right after one of the first kills, they were on the site. So that did buy a lot of time.
It was the 2nd kill for Sergey in ladder room, because actually it was a 3-on-4 at one point. I thought Sergey would be prompted to go pretty aggressive into ladder room, and he just holds off and finds that kill onto Lucas. Lucas was waiting for it. Here we go. Alu going to get out mid very, very quick. Deep nade in the MAC-10 pushing up and falling. Down to 36. He's got no chance. Alu eliminates him, and now you can get that angle onto the bomb site, and there's just not a lot to fight with. Fur with the AK is going to be the last player rotating over, and he might just want to save it. There's not really much he can do to turn this round in their favor. He's the only one left.
Yeah, those are some pretty quick kills. They know he's got the AK, and they go hunting for him. Now they found his position, and the fact that Alu goes down means really almost nothing. He already got 2 kills with the MAC-10. He's fine with just discovering that position. And how much do they want to throw away? It's not like they have a lot of money either.
I don't think they're going to chase after this. I think they're just going to sit in these positions and hope that Fur walks into them. But they don't want to risk a whole lot either, as you mentioned. The only one I could think of would be chasing would be X7, and he's just far, far away. So it'll be 3-0, and in the next round, we'll see those rifles come out. We'll see, I believe, an AWP in Fallen's hands as well. And then the game truly begins.
Yeah, that's where it really is going to make a big difference. And we'll see how prepared MIBR really are on this CT side. Fur, one of the top fraggers for most of the game. Did Fallen end up out-competing him at the end? I'm not sure.
It's Fur was up like 25 or 26 kills, and Fallen I think had 24.
Right, so one of the few people you really don't want to give an AK-47 over to right now. It feels like still 3-0 for the Finns, and leading into round number 4, it'll be a pretty decent buy. Double up right off the bat.
Oh my God, and Sergey actually, he got knifed by a teammate. He's down to 40 HP.
Oh dear.
That is not an ideal start as laughter rings out from the audience. Fur aggressive behind the first train. And Fallen getting a bird's eye view with the op.
Yeah, we've got it all. We've got broken angles on Zeus, stabbings going on. It's been a wild time, and Fur will take the kill there. Dropping Sergey and Lucas, and Fallen to follow it up in the defense. He's looking supreme right now here at the A site. Fallen swapping out, but he's gonna get taken out. A shot in the back from LXCP. Nobody covering that. How is this all falling apart? An absolute disaster here at the A bomb site. They had everything. That was a 5-on-2, and somehow they lose every single player. Leaving Taco with an AWP. He's sneaking close, and he's gonna get the no-scope kill, taking down X7. If he can save them right now, up on top of the train, he sees the chance. All the pressure on Taco right now. And he's sneaking in. He's got the right idea, but it doesn't matter. Alexi able to get the kill. That is going to be hard to explain.
Yeah, well, it's pretty simple. I mean, you ask how MIBR was going to be prepared on trade on the CT side, and that's a bit of disorganization. That is a 5-on-2 where you just kind of lose track of one part of the map, and everyone kind of rotates into positions and just gets obliterated. Alexi able to find the kill on the Fallen. He's just out in the open with no cares in the world. MIBR going to be frustrated with that one. Fallen with an AWP again. Fur was able to drop that because of the saved AK-47, and they need something from Fallen. They need something magical.
And instead, it will be Alo to find an opening here, taking down Lucas. Yeah, I mean, it's very hard to be very aggressive on the CT side if you have one AWP and really not much else. They don't have a flashbang or anything else. Oh, they line up for him, and that did tag 2 players. If they'd both gone down, that would have been the opening, but now instead they're still going to be cleaning up this A yard. Taco and Zeus left 2 versus 4. Taco rushing out, trying to catch the timing perfectly, and he did get the kill, but still, ENCE surviving with 3 and putting 5 rounds on the board with no opposition here from MIBR. This is not good.
No, it's not the start that MIBR would have wanted. Another double up setup, though. They can go right back into it. They have the cash for it. Obviously, was the priority. They got that in their first gun round as well. I mean, I guess one of the nice things you could say is they did get around with the 5-on-2, and even though they did lose it, at least the start of the round went exactly as planned.
Yeah, you need to have those kind of openings again, and we'll see if they can stabilize things a little bit now. It's just so disheartening because chances are you won't get many rounds that start that successfully.
Zeus anchoring the inner bomb site as well. You can imagine ENCE would want to exploit that, especially with the opening kill. Sergey's got the follow-up. He just marches in. No cares in the world. Fallen gonna try and salvage what's left, and the bomb was being planted out in the open, but an immediate headshot from Aerial. And ENCE, yeah, feeling much more comfortable on train. Everyone playing very, very well.
You reckon they had one of those insightful speeches from Alo out back, giving them some sort of divine insight into life itself, maybe even? It's one of my favorite things. I feel like if he taught like an online course, I'd sign up right away.
Alu? Yeah. He's got some words of wisdom. He is one of like the funniest, it's like sneakily one of the funnier guys in the pro scene.
It's absolutely.
I don't even think it's intentional.
No, that's the best part of it, actually.
Well, Fur and Lucas are going to hang on to these guns. X7 is starting to creep in this direction, but they're holding the angle. It shouldn't be any danger. Doesn't even look left. 6-0, and this is very quickly spiraled out of control.
Really, absolutely nothing like what we saw on Mirage, and I mean, this is one of the issues of having a, any kind of a lineup change will almost always do damage to your map pool and the depth of it, and so you could be good on a map, but then the problem is you might be playing a map like Train next against ENCE, and you just look somewhat unprepared. And worse still, some of the ENCE players really did not enjoy losing that first map and have just decided that it's time to hit headshots.
Yeah, Sergey continuing with that great form. We saw him with the Krieg on Mirage just having a field day. It's Alexi B leading the charge for ENCE, 10-0. He hasn't died yet. Sergey at 7-3. No one really sticking out on the MIBR side, as you could imagine.
Well, let's see if they could come up with an answer in round number 7. It is really time to pull the brakes on this one if you're MIBR. Something's got to go your way right now, or it really will be too late. As sad as it sounds, 6 rounds already really good on the T side of Train. If you're ENCE, I mean, even if they won 9-0, MIBR, ENCE could still win the game. So at the moment, it's all about finding a way back into this. Alexi B hoping to catch anything, a shadow on the ground, or anything like that. MIBR
doesn't have any nades to really take care of this or clear that position at all. Once this hit comes in, because of Alexi's advanced position, that's a nice flashbang. Well, they do have a flash, and they make it work perfectly. Molotov towards the choke points to slow things down, but first, still getting tagged up, finding a way to escape yet again. A lot of pressure, though, and at any moment, ENCE is going to bust out of this choke point. X7's actually already out with the bomb.
And look at Fur, low on health, but up in that sniper spot that actually doesn't get used nearly as much as you would think. If you just looked at the map the first time around, that seems like a great place to be, but people usually try and avoid it, so maybe that could even catch ENCE off guard. Down on the low ground as Fallen will take down the bomb on X7, and now this defense is looking so much better. 30 seconds left, and ENCE struggling to try and get a little bit of control here in Yard. The bomb is still dropped, no one's picked it up, and I'm not sure they know what they're doing right now. They're hoping for a mistake from MIBR, somebody to show themselves, and Fallen doing a lot of work here. Lucas will follow it up, and even though Fur ended up being kind of bait in that scenario, they will take it all. Taco to pick up the last kill, and MIBR finally on the board.
I actually thought that was a pretty cool tactic by ENCE. Just kind of walk out mid, don't make any indication, no noise, no utility use. Creep up as close as you can to the bomb train and explode on contact. I thought that was not a bad idea, all things considered. But MIBR do get there first.
And they would, I mean, if they hadn't lost, was it Alexi or Ariel that was playing close and got flashed?
Yes.
That would have been even more lethal, right? Because they would have been so close when
yeah, his advanced position, if that hit did come in, he would have been there so quick before the timing, or before MIBR would have believed the timing was going to be. Taco close up on lower ramp, and Sergey just going to swing across. He hasn't really been challenged in those box halls just yet. Fur's going to take control of T mid. 4 players towards the inner bomb site. Fallen has rotated back, but him and Taco are going to have quite a job to do.
Well, let's see if it's going to be a grenade. Sergey has walked out here with really nothing to support him with, just trying to catch someone off guard. If he does that now, you could see that AWP is right in range. There's the flashbang, the timing is off, and Taco's alone. Nobody can really help him out. He's going to be going down after a kill. At least he got one. It could have actually been for nothing there. Bomb is down, and Alu will pick up Zeus. And they're happy to wait, ENCE. This is one of the really cool things about this kind of an offense. Even when they're on the site, they're not rushing to get the bomb down, waiting to pick up one more kill, and now they have the man lead.
Yeah, and they also have such a big lead in terms of rounds that I think MIBR has to at least see if they can go for this, which is going to risk these weapons. It's going to put them in harm's way, and Sergey waiting behind the smoke. This is the big kill. If Fallen can't accomplish anything, MIBR will have nothing to do in this retake. There's the kill. Sergey not looking. Oh, smoke on the bomb. He's going to tap it. He doesn't have a kid. He's got to wait for his teammates, but it lures everyone out into the open. And Alexi's going to get a double. It's Lucas, though, and he's nowhere close to the bomb, and he's going to back away. The nade doesn't do enough damage. It was a nice attempt that MIBR had to go for it. But ENCE going to hold on a 7th round.
How in God's name does Fallen hit a shot on a player moving 60 miles an hour? Like, what is going on? It was like right up in his face as well. That's so difficult to do. Now we've got the auto sniper on Zeus. I feel like this is a match made in heaven.
Auto sniper on Zeus. Yeah, this
His first kill is great. Now this second one, I can't believe that he does this. He's moving so he's bunny jumping down the ramp. He gets a little bit of extra speed doing it. That's pretty quick.
Well, and they just lined up for Alexi after this. Zeus, what have you got? The auto sniper, we haven't seen it in some time.
It used to be a classic on Train.
It used to be a staple on Train.
Exist back on NIP.
Get right?
Yeah, Get Right too. A lot of people enjoying that weapon. It looks like they found the weakness, or at least think they have ends at this B bomb site.
Well, Sergey has just been so confident and so willing to take those fights, and Alu, one of those oppers who's just so good in like supportive opping. When he's got a teammate to get out in front of him and he can just hold an angle, very accurate, just sitting and waiting. Zeus looking for the boost. He's the one who was caught on the rotation by Alu in the previous round. They're gonna fall right back into this hit.
Now, if they smoke off Zeus, that's like the power of the auto snipers. If you smoke it off, you actually sometimes help it out. They're gonna flash instead and go straight for the fight. No smokes being granted, and Taco will go down. A double entry for X7. And I mean, again, just back it on out of there. That's 8 rounds now for ends to the 1 of MIBR.
Yeah, these hits are just so convincing. And Ents can just keep doing that over and over until MIBR prove they can stop it. They haven't yet.
This could be a very quick second map. Now, there is an upside.
Starting to feel that way.
There's a bit of an upside, I would say.
What's that?
Third map's does 2.
Okay.
So I would expect that MIBR and the sort of style that they're playing out, that could help them out a little bit. Not that Ents are fun to play against right now when they are hitting these kind of shots, but at least it's not nuke or something, you know?
No, but it is Dust 2, and you're not going to look as uncomfortable on a map as you are here on Train. You're not going to get picked apart quite as easily. Big lead for the Finns.
Yeah, really big lead.
Somebody loves Alu.
I can't blame them. There's a little part of me that loves Zalu as well. I don't think that necessarily would register with him, but
No, there would be no emotion if you let that slip to him. You should tell him. We should record that.
I'm up for it. Some of the best, I must say, now that we mentioned, some of the best conversations I've ever had with any player happen at after parties where I run into Alu, and he has some kind of insight to tell me. It's great. Obviously, no recordings there, but still, well worth it. 8-1 as we move into round number 10.
And at this
Got
point,
the M4s.
at this point, if you're MIBR, you're not even necessarily. It's not even about playing to be in the game. It's about playing to give yourself an opportunity to get in the game in the second half. You need like 4 or 5 rounds, right? You need some breathing room. The flames obscure Alu's vision. He would have had a chance to pick off Fur.
Yeah, they have lost control of it, right? Very close there. A little bit of a distraction. The flashbang to set it up, and they must know, but they were very flashed. Ariel just had his eyes burned out, I think. And now Alu trying to shoot through the wall, which you absolutely can, not with the Creek, but with the AWP.
Good control for Fur. That pop flash timing was great onto Ariel. Utility still blocking off ladder room, and actually Ents throwing nades right back, using a lot of nades and not being able to retake control of T-mid. But down towards lower ramp. Smoke is going to clear Alexi B and Sergey. This is the power play. Alu's got to pick with the op. Zeus is going to start considering to fall back, and that will expose him on sidewalk. 2 players just ready and waiting. Good shot from Lucas. Zeus doesn't go down. They commit to the attack, and Taco is lying in wait.
What a huge play from Taco. That really makes a difference. Otherwise, even winning the fight at Ivy, they could have lost the round anyway just from losing the B-bomb side. X7 in a 1 versus 4. And, I mean, with the time that's left, there really should be no way that this can happen.
He could actually get a plant, though.
Yeah,
if he just
could.
sticks it right here. He doesn't know it just yet. We'll see what he decides to do, but Fur had seen him the whole way, so no chance. A second round for MIBR. Starting to come back into this game.
A second round, and finally a round where they actually survive with a bunch of people alive for surviving that round. So that makes a big difference. Alexi B, 12-2 still. That is still looking pretty good for him at the moment. But yeah, this kind of a defense is everything they needed.
Again, a very cool setup. I think 9 times out of 10, they probably get that kill onto Zeus. And that, you never know how that's going to change things. They get that 1 kill, they swing, and at least maybe they can trade Taco. Oh, Lucas spots one of the ladder. He wants this kill. Alexi B just gets away. At about half health, the nade comes in to return some onto Lucas, and still no movement just yet. Ents waiting in T-mid. They want to pinch and attack this outer bomb site.
Molotov kind of failing a little bit there. And after all the games over at Pop Dog, Alexi is down to 18 health, so hard to say if that was necessarily worth it. Even if the Molotov had landed, I don't think it would have done that much. So Ents now have to sort of figure out where do we go from here. They've got two people who are very low on health, and those are two of the ones with the rifle. Do you have Alu try an entry or X7, who did a good job in B? So maybe he could try and do it, but it's kind of tricky when you've got people who are that low.
Well, look at the response as well from MIBR. I think in their heads they realize that there's been so much success for Ents at the B bomb site. They've actually brought Fur here. They have 3 players ready and waiting at this B bomb site. Lucas can be a fast rotation up ladder. So MIBR have all the advantages as Ents come back. Some noise being made. X7 rotating just through T-spawn now. Lucas has left ladder room, but utility for the defenders here is going to slow things down.
And that's a problem because there's only 25 seconds. They have to get down this ramp, and that's a follow-up Molotov. Oh, and they must be feeling so red right now, just waiting behind all of that, and then the smoke to get it. Flashbang, and they're just rushing right into certain death. The crossfire is going to eviscerate all of them. It'll just be Alu left with the AWP. He sent all of his troops in first as
That's a fair play. You have the op, right? But that, I mean, that is just a perfect defense by MIBR. Once they had the advantage in the early stages of the round, they knew exactly what was coming that whole time. Ents has to be really careful. They used a lot of utility and took so much damage in the choke points. They can't do that again. They cannot just sit in T-mid when you've seen how Fallen and Fur, they're willing to pop flash and nade and be aggressive and try and take that control. And this hit at the end, if you're one of the Ents players, you know it's going to be a slaughter when you start moving forward. When you see the 2 Molotovs and then the smoke,
Yep.
You know it's over.
And even better because, like you mentioned, that third player is there in Fur. He's holding upper, so Taco doesn't even have to look upper. He just doesn't even care. Just worried about that crossfire. Auto Sniper is back on Zeus.
Didn't do well the first time. We'll see the second time around.
I don't mind giving it a second go.
No, definitely give it a second chance. Maybe put it outside, smoke off T-mid, and just start spamming through. AWP still in Fallen's hands as well. MIBR have won 2 in a row. They need many, many more. Taco is leading the charge at 9 kills. No one in double digits yet.
Surely the real difference is the fact that Ents have run out of money. I think that's the thing that MIBR could be looking forward to here.
If they get a clean victory, that might help them close this gap. Maybe get them towards 5. More of a default setup from Ents. Sergey again back inside and back willing to challenge down the lower ramp, and he's just going to hold an angle. Hope someone crawls into his crosshair.
It really feels like when people are playing this game at Pop Dog from both sides, that they're playing like a stupid version of Battleships, doesn't it? And just trying to see if they can guess what's going on. And the thing is, even if you connect through that floor, it doesn't have to do that much damage. Like if you had a straight headshot, maybe, but
It sounds worse than it is.
it really does. So
Well, far back and patient for the defense as well. This time we're not seeing the nades used in towards T-mid. We're not seeing anyone take control. It's just Fur and ladder room. And Ents, after spreading across the map, now start to consolidate again. 2 players in T-mid, a third, X7, going to join up with them. It's either going to be a fake towards the inner bomb site. Sergey and Alexi B can fall back and go down ladder. I imagine at least Sergey is going to commit to this and at least try and duel.
hard to do when the Molotov is down, but I actually think you're right. I think if not for that, he probably would have tried to sell it extra with just him rushing in. Fallen sees one. Oh, the double drop. They're going to be crushing for Fallen with a good return. And Lucas is there as well. That Krieg doing more damage. Fallen nearly with a flick, but he's going to go down to Alu. And now Zeus with the auto sniper has picked up Alexi B. Alu caught falling back, and oh, he could have easily gone down. He's lucky to be alive around that corner. But the bomb is planted. Can they hold on to the site here? X7. Oh, that's a very awkward spray from Taco, and that might have actually lost them the round a little bit. Taco now low on health, and Alu will be able to win the round. Quad kill on him. Man, that not a lot had to change for that to be MIBR's round.
No, that's a brutal loss for MIBR to take. What a round from Alu. 4 kills, and they're all just sitting and waiting and patient. Nothing spectacular, just hits the shots he had to.
And he dodged the auto sniper by like less than a second.
Yeah, just barely. 9-3. I think that's the round that might just put it out of MIBR's reach. I'm not sure if there's a comeback in him on this map.
I'm doubtful as well. I share in your skepticism, Moses. I don't think it's misplaced at all. Ents are looking unbelievably comfortable. We do have just a quick tech issue to sort out, and then we'll be right back in the game. I'll tell you a little bit of a thing, Moses, if you want. I've got some map info if you're interested.
Yeah, take it away. What's the name of this segment?
I don't know. Into the Mind of Anders for anyone who really wants to. Kind of where Alu is playing now, actually. It's a good replay for that. Right next to this, actually, the wood boards that he's looking at right there, like the behind the fence in Pop Dog. If you shoot through those with an AWP, you can shoot all the way into the B-bomb side, where people hold by the spindles down there.
Yep.
So you can shoot people who are standing there.
I think you actually spam in towards like Z Hall's the CT choke point as well. From a point in that ladder room, somewhere in that ladder room.
From which? Oh yeah, you can. That's true. So there's lots of stuff there. Walls are thin for some strange reason. The architects were...
They don't make train yards the way they used to.
They really don't. A lot of budget cuts were made. Engineers said, listen, we really only have one set of bricks for this one, so let's try and do it. Round number 13, and now beginning, we've got double up on the T side and double up on the CT side. So
look at Fallen. Fallen so pushed up. This would be a big kill. Oh, he just misses it. The jump from Sergey. Taco's got the follow-up, though. I don't think, if you're Sergey, you never expect two ops to be at that lower ramp.
No, he definitely, no, like, not in the same position, right? It's like, come on, guys.
Well, two players inside now, Taco and Zeus. Partially because of all the success that Ents has had here.
Even though that push fails for Fallen, I'm kind of glad that he did it anyway. I do feel like those are the kind of things that are necessary to do every once in a while when you're this far behind.
Yeah, take those risks. Taco's going to back away slowly as Zeus plays close up to the smoke. And it looks like Ents want to readjust outside. Fur is in a great position to put a stop to anything. The problem is he's got so many different angles to worry about. He made noise getting aggressive as well, so he's just going to back off it.
I think he used the ladder to peek into main.
Yes.
Like he jumped off the ladder, he gives you like a tiny bit of movement boost. Those are all little fun things that we do enjoy.
Now he's in ladder room. That can be the big stopper. That is going to be a really hard angle to clear out, and Lucas is not exposed to T-mid whatsoever. So NYBR is going to have all the information. Zeus and Taco now rotating back, and Fur biding his time. Ariel's going to swing into him. He missed his chance. He missed it in a big way.
And he doesn't have a smoke for the Molotov either. Nice shot, though. X7 confident in winning that fight, but he didn't. Now Lucas goes down next in line. It's Zeus to hit a headshot. Taking down Ariel. 9 seconds left. And can he do anything here? The bomb just going down. And Alexi P, he gets the rifle out just in time to stay alive. And now Fur flanking around. And on the other side, Taco with the AWP. He's waiting for Fur right now. And I don't really blame him. They need an opening. They need to make this 2-on-1. He spots one up on the site. And oh, Alu stays alive with exactly 1 point of health. And now backing around the corner. Taco, how does he find him? He knows he just has to try and hunt him while the bomb is ticking away. And Taco has a smoke and a kit just picked up. He actually fell onto that defuse kit. Now he's going to smoke it off. He knows Alu has the AWP on the other side. And it is clean right through the smoke to take him down. A 10th round here for Ents.
Oddly enough, that might have been Alu's only chance to win the round with 1 HP. He couldn't get into any kind of an engagement. First shot, no problem through the smoke. NYBR have had so many close rounds, so many, just narrowly missed retakes. They had that epic collapse earlier in the half, that 5-on-2, and that one really hurt, and they have not been able to recover from any of these mistakes.
Yeah, I mean, that 2 versus 5 I still haven't really recovered from. That was a Titanic level disaster, wasn't it?
Oh, the reverse nade stack from the T side. That's quite nice, and this is a quick round. Ents looking to finish things. They've got a 3-man lead in the round. Make that 4.
Really blowing them up, aren't they?
They're ready for map 3.
Metaphorically, literally as well, doing all of it. They are ready for map 3, but kind of ready to again. I said dust 2. I think that's a good way to try and find a conclusion here. They are waiting for Zeus, and Alu will find a 3rd kill. He's really had a good couple of rounds that puts him at top of the scoreboard with 15 and 6, just ahead of Alexipi at 14-5. And round number 15, the last of the half coming up. Not seeing the same level of celebration out of MIBR. Wonder why that is.
Yeah, the just not a whole lot to celebrate for them.
They're holding back.
They're saving everything for Dust 2. Conserving the energy, letting it build up. For Ents, this is just business as usual.
Yeah.
3 players headed towards Ivy. Sergey above ladder and Ariel in T mid. But it's fallen to be the initial defense. We'll see how fast he is. He just missed the glimpse. He missed the shot. And I don't think you can get away now. Yeah, they're going to hold him in. They just pre-fire the angle, knowing he's going to have to re-peek. This MIBR defense on the verge of collapsing, and that's Fur just to hold on. Just a cliffhanger, and Alu goes down last. A 4th round for MIBR. They bought themselves a little bit of space. We're going to head to a break at halftime, and we'll see if it's enough when we return. Stay with us.
to run on a faulty line. I'm safe only, even though we burn from the light I bleed. Did she bring me back? Not a heart attack could take away all the love I had for you. It bleeds for you, it beats again. Oh, you bring me to life. 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 Oh, you bring me to life.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Second half coming up here between ENCE and MIBR. It is the semi-finals here at Intel Extreme Masters in Cologne, in Chicago.
Chicago, yeah.
We're almost just in Cologne. Things move really quickly. It's going to be the second half, second map here, and honestly, we sort of said it. It's very hard to imagine a world in which ENCE make this work. Oh, sorry, MIBR make it work. They are down so far behind. They got 4 rounds on CT side.
Yeah, they got absolutely blasted at times, just looking a little discoordinated on some of their teamwork. And
Odds aren't looking good, are they?
no, odds aren't looking good whatsoever, as you can imagine. MIBR now on the harder side of the map. I know it didn't seem that way
Yeah.
from ENCE's side of things. And here we go.
We're not lying.
2 players in mid, 3 on this pistol run heading out towards Ivy. It's going to be X7, potentially with the initial contact. He's got Alexi B here to help out. Now he hears the footsteps, takes the shot, wants to pull the attention away. This is where the crossfire setup needs to work. Fur's got that first kill, and now they can hold Alexi B back. The crossfire never came to fruition, and now everyone on ENCE being forced away from the action.
X7 actually plays that so well. He really does a tremendous job, but they needed to hit some of the shots, and as you can tell, they're more or less firing blanks at the moment here. Bomb goes down, Fur will take down Sergey, and that leaves Alu 1 versus 4 fighting away. That's a very good round. Lucas with a double, Fur with a double, and they might be able to pick up the pistol in the second half.
They needed that entirely. That's the only way they can make this comeback actually happen, prove us wrong in our doubts of their comeback ability.
I mean, I would be very excited to be proven wrong. I think that, I mean, if that is going to happen, that means we'll be treated to a really interesting, comeback scenario that's not completely unheard of, but it's been a while since someone's done that on train, I would say. Have to reach quite far back.
Yeah, probably would. Full investment for ENCE in the second round. CZ's 2 scouts. Both scouts over towards Ivy, X7 and Alu holding onto those. Some utility so they can actually get creative. You can see these 2 CZs close up towards team mid. Fur just barely almost had an engagement come his way. Oh, what a one tap.
He's gone, isn't he?
That's beautiful.
Absolutely gone from the round. Probably hoping that they could find a fight. I mean, especially Alu, when you got that scout, you really want to soften up some of those incoming players so that the CZ's close range could do more. But he's not been given really any chances. And that must be slightly frustrating. Sergey's pushing up though over at B. And that's fun to see. You don't know if he's going to be doing it in time though. That's the problem.
This position from Aerial though, this could be everything. He's able to hold on to this part of the map and actually he just backs off. Straight up, no support there, and slowly MIBR is getting into closer and closer positions behind this smoke. Fallen is going to be the first one up. He does have the AK-47.
Look at Sergey.
He's ready to turn the corner.
Sergey's not checking. He knows no one's pop dog. I think that's why Aerial came over, because he wanted to help out in case there was something there. Are they going to set it up with a grenade? It seems like it. Alexi B goes down. Great headshot, though. 20 seconds left, and everybody from ENCE at this bomb site. Fallen doing a really good job, but he falls with 18 seconds. Sergey turning around, and there's Aerial, in fact. They do a lot of damage. The scout is out Fur with 10 seconds now. Can he get into safety? Can he get the bomb plant down? The Molotov, was that a friendly Molotov? Oh no, I think that might have been the round. Su's now looking for the hunt, and he's going to be going down. Aerial with a triple. I almost don't want to ask, but
I didn't quite see it. I'm more, I mean, the second half of that attack never came in from MIBR. The Ivy players attacked, and the players in Team A and stuck behind a smoke were just so scared. That gave Alu so much freedom at the bomb turn. That gave those defenders so much time to get into new positions and readjust. Just not making that hit work as well as it could have. They did everything correct up to that point. They had a heartbreak early in the first half, dropping a 5-on-2, and now a heartbreak early in the second half as well, getting returned upon by a scout and pistols.
Not a map that they are enjoying all that much at the moment. Side, but with a big chance for some Deagle action. They're not going to be very helpful that time around. And that push from Sergey, I mean, it is a big risk to be walking out of the B-bomb side like that, but he was just perfectly on time. 18th round here. A lot of Deagles in play.
The entire MIBR economy is in this round. They need it, and they only have 2 smokes, no flashbangs. These Deagles need to deliver. Taco gonna take a lot of damage, and Ariel has no real danger applied to him whatsoever, so we can just sit here the whole time.
Not even worried about the grenade either, and you're absolutely right. I mean, normally when people try and take this, they've got flashbangs and Molotovs and everything else. The double drop with Deagles as well, not even clear that that's going to be amazing. Oh. Zeus down inside of the smoke.
Zeus is really enjoying just jumping off ledges in this game. It's happened a couple times now.
Living life on the edge.
Literally, and that's going to be the easiest kill of Ariel's life. Maybe only surpassed, well, I was going to say by that one.
Yeah,
Shout out Taco, thanks so much.
Yeah, setting you up for failure, isn't he? Oh, that's good. 13-5, and again, that you said it, all of the economy here for the Brazilian side going into that last round. Deagle and Armor, and they did not get anywhere with it.
No, I mean, you kind of have to save if you're MIBR. Just get one last buy round in there. Try and maybe see if an AWP can help deliver anything. Try and get Fallen as much money. A bomb plot here would be spectacular if they were able to get it. I highly doubt that. And here comes Utility. Flashbang to help take ladder control. And X7 just spotting things out. He's had a lot of attention on him over towards Ivy in the early stages of this half, and he's going to be happy to take that fight casually with the pistol.
Yeah, he's been spotted already. That's casual about it, isn't he?
Yeah, Fur had no idea that his foot had been spotted. Sergey with a double kill to close out the round, 14-5. One last chance for MIBR. Here we go.
I'm not gonna lie. If I'm rushing Pop Dog from the T side and somebody uses that flashbang that Ariel just threw off the E-box against me, I'm gonna be breaking keyboard or two. Like, I'm gonna be really upset. That would be the most frustrating feeling. Because I'm guessing you probably almost can't even hear it. Like, because the E-box is quite far away from the hallway, so.
Well, you're dropping down the ladder as well. You're running the whole way.
Yep.
14-5. Ents looking to take us to a third map, and they're just 2 rounds away. 4 players to defend outside initially. MIBR has their entire team is just waiting on the ladder for the moment.
Because Ents have held on to the MP9 and the FAMAS here, actually, the weaponry for MIBR is not so bad. Ariel looking away for the wrong moment there, and they're going to be trading him very quickly. Grenade, that's a pretty good jump nade actually to take, almost take Taco down. The follow-up spray has done so much damage, that MP9 being really obnoxious out there.
That smoke should allow him some measure of safety, but not from Lucas. Oh, or will it from Lucas? He's creeped out mid. That'd be a huge kill to get tapping away, and X7 has got the right read. 3 players left, and Fallen just barely counting as a player.
Yeah, very low on health. I mean, I don't know, he's got the bomb. Might want to give that over to somebody else in case they Molotov or grenade that plant. Sergey waiting down here, hearing the steps above, and that's the bomb drop down on the low ground. X7 will take a kill, and Taco now down here. The Molotov will spread to him, and oh no! He couldn't do it in time.
He's even got a smile on his face. He knew what was coming.
Crispy Taco.
Yeah. 15-5.
Yeah, I mean, Ents have just looked just unstoppable on this map. Almost from the get-go, right? That was, that looked like that was just going to be the theme of it here. pistols and some MAC-10s. MIBR pouring everything into this round.
Once they start on that 6-0 run in the first half, I think you just look at that and you're like, oh boy, this is going to be a really rough one. Well, look at all the nade damage. Lucas and Fur brought down low. No kills just yet, but Ents is going to be so fine with his aerial just waiting and more damage being done through the smoke. Bomb site is lost, fallen close up. He's got to back away. And Aerial complete faith in his teammates to handle everything going on behind him.
Yeah, this is just looking so good. Even here in a 2-on-2, they do have a pretty big health advantage. Taco maybe could have found a kill there.
He's got the bomb. I don't think they have any idea he's in this position. And he was just kind of calling out information, and somehow it's an empty bomb site. He's waiting for Fallen to come through Ivy, but Taco might just be able to get a plant. Nothing quite yet. X7 and CT spawn. Aerial going for a very long flank, a very long play, and Taco knows he has some time to work with. He's going to make sure he's cleared out all these spots.
Well, he saw Aerial go that way, so I'm guessing he just wanted to find him looking the wrong way or something. Strange 2-on-2.
A very strange one, and I mean, he might actually find him. This bomb is going to get planted, and Aerial is actually already able to peer into the outer yard. Taco's got to be very careful.
Fallen's got to be careful too. If he jumps out and lands on the low ground, I think the health alone would be a problem. He's got 12 of them left. Aerial tagged up. Everybody's low now except for X7, and he is sneaking through that smoke, or at least thinking about it. The bomb ticked for quite a while. That's the kill, and now it's Fallen. Now, how long can he stay hidden up here before they realize? They don't have any more grenades. That was the last one going out there. A little bit of a jump. Aerial, I think he saw that, and he's going to take him down, and that will be the round here. Number 16 on the board as Ents take down MIBR, second map of the semifinal, and that, ladies and gentlemen, was put us on to the third one on Dust 2. We're coming up right after the break, so stay with us.
Better way to end. One of these teams going on into the grand finals. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls around the world, make some noise for Anders and Moses.
The conclusion here of the first semi-final between Ents and MIBR. Somebody is going to have to get to grand finals, and we don't know who it is yet. Ents did make a very strong case that they are the ones that belong there on train. They were looking so absurdly good, and now we'll see how it all unfolds here on Dust 2, the final map.
Oh, already aggression from Ents, pushing off Catwalk first, gonna challenge. He's got that P250, that's the fight he wants, and he's got the tap. Alu goes down. Aerial's gonna stick around for an extra couple shots before backing away, but still so much pressure being applied to MIBR. This CT side is very, very peaky in a way you don't normally see, and they've been losing these duels, and Sergey, not able to connect with anything, but Fur's gonna continue it.
That is the power of having that P250 on the T side. You can take some of these fights, although Fur is gonna lose it right behind the barrels at top mid. Taco's taking the bomb side, and he's lost it again in the same second. That's a dirty shot, isn't it, from Sergey?
He didn't even need to take that. He already had the bomb site, but he wanted to get a little bit more, just a tad bit greedy from Taco, and he pays for it. Now Fallen and Zeus. With Taco being removed, they don't actually control the bomb site, so the defense could have rotated in here. 2 players outside, Alexi and Sergey. This is gonna be a tough task. 2 flashbangs on Zeus, no armor on either of these players. The problem is, what a brilliant shot. Sergey is an absolute monster. 2 kills, but they were stylish. And he's got ends the pistol round.
Yeah, that was a precision strike, wasn't it? Like, there was nothing left to chance in that second kill, especially. It looked very clean. Now, with Ents winning the pistol and MIBR without a bomb plant, they're going to go for a little bit of a buy here. And even the first one, that's so good, but this one is just...
What are you supposed to do?
Die.
Poor Zeus. I mean, he couldn't even react it if he wanted to. Dueling scouts in mid. Fallen comes off worse for wear, right through the door. X7 wants to continue. It'll be interesting to see if Ents keeps up this pressure in middle, if we see them get peaky and aggressive. We haven't seen a CT side that like to play like that in some time. Pop flash in towards mid. MIBR is very, very close, but Alu is right behind the door.
Long range here for Alexi. The grenade could be beautiful. Oh my god, that's a nuclear strike, isn't it, up on Catwalk? Taking them almost all down, and here comes the auto shotgun to clean it up. Alu, he is happy to take at least a couple of kills there. That really was almost a new level of destruction happening up there.
It's one of the most damage I've seen from one grenade in some time.
Yeah. I don't know if we keep track of those kind of stats. I'm sure someone does. Bring them out. 3rd round, and that one really did not have any success behind it. No bomb plant either. Even if they had, they would not have been able to buy in this round. So we'll see how it goes in the 3rd one. Still fighting middle. They do like that, apparently.
Well, obviously the confidence of going up against, pistols, not gonna mind taking that. The question is, will they keep it up when the guns come out? I think it'll be lessened, but to some degree could be fun. 2 flashbangs, they're just waiting for the utility to expire at long, waiting for the flames to go away. There is gonna be a smoke in the choke point, so they'll be able to get a bit closer, and another nade, another massive HE. Oh, and Alexi's gonna love this. Just hold the trigger and have some fun. 4 kills. And he's gonna go for it. He's bloodthirsty, falling in the smoke with the knife, and Alexi wants none of that. Right in the face. An ace for Alexi B, and it's 3-0.
Appreciate the knife attempt, Gotta go for it, but this is such a great setup. The grenade was even his own grenade, and then everything else just came right to him.
He might have actually just done 500 damage in that round.
Yeah, I don't think anyone else did anything. But here's round number 4. Alu right in the middle, into lower dark with the auto shotgun. He is so aggressive with it. He's going to be running right into Lucas. And Taco's lucky to be alive.
Look at the pinch, though. They ran this last round. No one saw it, and Taco's lucky to get away. A little nade damage on his exit. Molotov as well, going to force him into the arms of Sergey. That's such good teamwork from Ents. Fallen's going to find one more kill to keep the man advantage. It's 3-2. Sergey transitions out to that creek, but they have all the information. They know where everyone is. That's a big kill, and that's the bomb. MIBR has to come back for that. Zeus is the closest one. He has no idea. He's about to get clotheslined by Ariel. Oh, my lord. Missed shots. And an opening, an opportunity for MIBR.
I can't believe Zeus just won that fight now. The danger is not really over yet. Got to be very careful. Up on Catwalk as well. First walking in on top of Sergey, so they could double up on him. He's going to go back right as they show themselves. Zeus doing a bit of damage there, but he's going to get shot right in the face. The power of that Krieg long range, and now Sergey. Can he find the last kill here to close this one out? He's got the triple already. Well, there's 45 seconds. If he loses track of Fur, that's a problem.
That is a massive problem. And he has lost track of not only Fur, but the bomb was never in his vision as well. So he's basically just got to flip a coin, pick a bomb site, and go to it. Fur, meanwhile, if he pushes down mid, he still has both options available, but he's not going to get any more information. Sergey's picked this A bomb site. 22 seconds. At some point, Fur's gonna have to start running, and now he's so exposed to the long cross. Sergey could actually find a chance to win this, and Fur comes out on top. They do manage to run into each other. A huge win for Fur. A big recovery in the round for MIBR.
Real scary, surviving with 9 health or something like that at the end. MIBR on the board much earlier than they were on Train, which, I mean, they were locked out of that game so early. So this is a big change. Now, double AWP, though, on the CT side, that is an answer that ENCE found very late on Mirage, and it seemed to work out pretty well. And it's a classic on Dust, too, so I don't blame them for trying it. And Alu even playing it hyper-aggressively in the middle. It looks like it's going to be very quick towards this B-bomb side. Let's see if X7 can hold it. He's got an M4A1. He's got very few bullets to try and shut this all down. One good flashbang against him, and he might not be able to do this. The smoke, I bet they're going to run right through. They're not going to respect it. They're down onto the bomb side. He needs backup, and he needs it very quickly. A bit of a peek. He didn't see it. There's the headshot. Taking down Taco. Alu's through the door to drop another one. And finally, they get rid of X7, but they still haven't really crossed into the site. They're finally doing it with the bomb, but Alu taking him down. Did not even need to see him.
Through smoke and the door. This can still be a tricky retake. There's no more utility for ENCE. It must be brute force. Zeus and Lucas to hold on. There is a flank coming in. Zeus is going to be exposed, and yeah, he's committed to this fight. This is going to be tough. It's not the fight he wants, and now it should get much easier. Lucas with only the one, and ENCE back on the right track. 4-1 and a defuse coming in. Looking for that grand final spot. They're off to a very, very strong start.
Fair play to X7. That's a hard position to play when you let them out. The dream is that you get the first kill as they're coming through the tunnel, and then at least you can buy a little bit of time. But they were actually quite far into the bomb side. This shot, though, I mean, you're fallen and you're on the other side. Shrug and say,
what could I have done? Yeah. I mean, even the third player might have actually been able to keep that retake at bay. Alu's got to be careful.
Oh, another grenade, a double one on top of mid, and it absolutely blows them up. MIBR. Put on some magnetic suits today.
There's so much utility damage for ENCE. They've come into this with a great game plan for their nades. On top of that, the pressure, peeking off catwalk constantly, and the pistol round. Now the ops are just taking free range, is always peering up through these double doors. MIBR, there's no comfort in this T side. Every piece of map control they want to get has been contested.
Could be another very decent grenade. They just really don't like it, do they? Sort of does demoralize the team a bit when you know that every fight you're going to take, you're 1 or 2 bullets away from going down before you've even seen anybody. LXCB with a decent round here. It was a minimal investment from MIBR. They did not have everything they wanted. A little bit better in this upcoming round. 5-1, though, in favor of the Finnish side. She said, looking to be the first team of the grand finals here.
Look at these ADRs. 1 kill on Zeus and Taco, and then 19 ADR and 12 ADR. There's just not a whole lot of damage coming out, not a whole lot of kills. It's at 9 kills in 7 or 6 rounds.
Yeah, they've reached Anders Showmatch levels. It's not good.
Well, detonate in. They're going to try and make it through this Molotov, but again, the SMG right on the other side. I think it only put out half the Molotov as well, so First still took massive damage. And they have everything they can afford in this round, and already a 4-on-5.
I mean, I think that can work, that kind of play from Surf. But 2 people on the other side of that smoke inside of B, that makes it very tricky to try and go through. It's the fact that ENCE by that double up early on, and they get to survive with it through a couple of rounds, that makes it so tricky. That means they can rebuy it again if they lose a round, and they could keep doing damage. Now, maybe there is an opening in the middle here. Inside of the CT spawn, and LXCB is holding with the organ. Fallen, I'm really worried about them looking the other way. They're going to be smoking it off, and it could be a really quick contact play here. Immediately right through, LXCB trying to jump up on top, but he's not seeing anyone yet. And does he want to go through? That is very risky, and he is going to get shut down. And inside of the bomb site, it all falls apart. Just Sergey here to hold on to it. He misses the chance. Alu did get another kill in the meantime, so it's still a 2-on-2.
That's why Fallen had to do some crazy movement to get into that site to take that battle, because Alu is coming quick from behind.
Oh no.
This is Much better for MIBR to hold on to this bomb site.
First flashbang in, Alu down in the corner. That's a clean entry, but Lucas will get Aerial trying to sneak in behind Alu. And how do you get this defuse in? You have the AWP in the bomb. I mean, it's way out in the open. I think he's been spotted as well. Fallen surely knows, and he's not going to give him any kind of a chance here. Alu will take it if he can't be given it, and now he's going to go for the straight defuse. There is no other reason to do anything, and Lucas will find the kill. Very close, and you could tell that Alu is just dangerous right now, no matter what's going on.
He's really feeling the game, and you have to like how many fights he's trying to take and go find himself. That's a costly win. 4 players going down for MIBR, but they do have the second. And now finally they've burned through some of this cash. Some of that money that Alu built up with the shotgun, the auto shotgun, all that bonus money in the first few rounds is gone. He's going to reinvest in an op, so is Sergey. Expensive defensive setup. And if they lose this, they're out of money, and MIBR could close the gap.
Yeah, that must be a big dream right now. An attempt, and Alu again, he's been doing it with the auto shotgun, with the AWP, and Sergey's also there, taking down Fallen. That's 2 huge kills. The power of this double op setup is just phenomenal right now.
Well, they're working so well together. You can see Alu, I mean, Fallen wants to punish the retreat of Alu when he comes out of lower dark, and that's exactly what Sergey's looking for that player at top mid to slide out, and they're just covering each other so well. All this aggression has been very, very well orchestrated.
Seems like the choices early rounds here for MIB have been either a lot of grenade damage or AWP kills against them. It's not great, is it?
It's a lose-lose. Well, we're all going to win now because we get to watch Zeus with the AWP.
Oh, indeed, you're right. X7 could try and hold this on his own with the M4. He's got the right idea, and with the silencer for not sure exactly where he's getting shot from, does end up going down.
And that's just so smart. Drop the smoke, play delay tactics. You've got teammates up in the A-bomb site. MIBR knows it. There's nowhere they can go. This might actually turn into them just retreating to T-spawn and trying to save. Zeus hoping someone's going to walk into his crosshair. But ENCE does not care whatsoever. No one even in the B-bomb site to defend.
How do you stop Alu from being that aggressive in middle? That actually was part of the meta on Dust 2 like 5 years ago, and then it kind of went away. Shoxy, remember, would play that style a lot, but then it kind of, I think it's gone away for a while now. So I'm not even sure if MIB have a lot of practice in sort of setting that up. They smoke that Xbox in the middle to try and get on the catwalk, or at least pretend that they are half the time. Rifles will be saved, but I feel like that's the number 1 obstacle right now.
Well, the thing now, too, is that these ops for ENCE have been so effective and have kind of trained MIBR that they're just, finding kills every single round is, if you're MIBR, the most you can do is just spot for that kind of a play. You can't even actually challenge in mid. None of the oppers are really feeling too confident to peek down and try and stop someone from pushing that, so you just have to be spotting it and call it out when it happens and deal with it if Alu pushes up again. Round number 9 beginning, a 6-2 lead for ENCE. MIBR, much like Train, they need to find something right now. They could not just get destroyed in the first half and expect to have a comeback.
Bit of a move towards middle this time. They're not going to run into Alu with any kind of aggression. He had been doing it a number of rounds, so maybe he himself just thought that was going to be predictable. Trying to take some catwalk control. Very powerful position, this one. Flashbang, and he is going to fall all the way off. Sometimes people do even stick around on the ledge and just go and re-peek afterwards, but that might be the worst grenade yet we've seen out of ENCE.
First, still being aggressive with the Deagle on towards catwalk. 1 minute remaining in the round. 2 smokes left on the Brazilian side. They have yet to pick where they want to attack. Lucas and Fallen backing slowly. Looks like they want to join up with Zeus. Maybe turn this into a split onto the A-bomb site. 3 going long, 2 going catwalk. The real danger is this position from Alexi B. If he finds Taco, that's the bomb. And that would slow everything down.
Yeah, it truly would be a disaster. It seems like he's moved a little bit away from that danger now. Getting closer to catwalk and further away from middle. 30 seconds on the clock, and there are still a couple of grenades in play here for ENCE. Can they make their way out long? If they could take down X7, that will leave Alu alone in the bomb side. Even though he's been playing well, they should have a great chance to crunch him. X7 getting an immediate headshot. Alu is down. That's actually Fur replying with a deagle up on Catwalk, and Lucas will take down X7, and now Ariel.
That's the bomb.
With Alexi B. You are absolutely right. The bomb down, and Sergey will not let them cross. And that's the round.
They didn't have the smokes to get across, so they had to have that ball make it into the site. That is a very fast, aggressive flank from Alexi. That stops all the danger. Good response from ENCE despite losing a couple players. Did look like that round could have turned. 7-2 lead now for the Finnish team.
And again, keeping these orbs alive for as long as you can, because obviously the kill reward for them is really low, but if you just keep surviving round after round with them, that'll really do a lot. Yeah, no smoke, as you pointed out, and that's an easy kill for Sergey.
Even if he doesn't get that kill, I don't think there's time for Lucas to actually run and go get the bomb and get the plant down, so that was a lost cause either way. Fallen, the only real weapon that MIBR has, everything else is just the deagles, the pistols. You're gonna need Fallen to provide you an opening, and he's at least trying to find a duel in the B-bomb site. Meanwhile, ENCE continuing the aggression on the CT side. That's a nice shot from Fallen. That's exactly what they needed. Molotov on the ground, though, and a deagle shot from Zeus. They're into B, and I think this might be a round for MIBR.
Yeah, that is such a good entry. If the Molotov goes down like half a second earlier, that could really be a lot of damage, but the timing worked out in their favor. And you can tell already ENCE backing out. They're going to let MIBR have this one, and they even steal another AWP. That is such a big difference. Surely another rifle somewhere on the bomb site?
MIBR needs to break this economy. It needs to destroy the money situation that ENCE has. They need to eventually take all that away. And there's the M4, as you mentioned.
Yeah, I was getting worried that I was just, dreaming.
If MIBR can finally take the money advantage away from ENCE, then they can make this half very, very competitive. They're going to be at 3-7. And finally, a little bit of hope, a little bit of something to be happy about. 2 AWPs and an M4. MIBR still alive in this Dust 2 match, in this third map of the semifinals here at IEM Chicago.
Yeah, now really is the time to turn it. I mean, 7-3, that's a score you can absolutely recover, but it has to involve breaking that Finnish economy. It has to involve
You need to get these ops away. Like, if ENCE is going to be so big on this double op setup, taking that money away is huge, just not only because it gives you a couple easier rounds, but next time they buy, maybe they're just stuck on the one-op. They don't have everything they could like. Fallen, he's going to get out mid quick. You could see it in the way he's running towards that direction. He's going to find a pick. Oh. Nice job from Fallen. He's found 2 openings, but Sergey, an immediate response.
That's such a big kill for Sergey to get in return, and Alu always looking the wrong way. He just goes back, and Zeus, another second, and he would have had that one. Alexi B up on the box, and that is a powerful position, even with the flashbangs. They're not checking it. They don't know that he's up there, and he's raining down death on top of Taco. And Lucas, 1 versus 4 here, jumping into the middle and getting shut down as well. And whatever hope there was there for MIBR, it is now looking very grim.
The AWPs are just way too powerful because they're actually being aggressive. They're hunting down opening kills. Sergey with that perfect trade on Fallen, that was a good find from Fallen. But, I mean, Alu pushing off Catwalk with an op. And in these mid-rounds, it seems, it's not like disorganized, but MIBR is just like, their players are getting caught in transition to new positions. They start set up some kind of a different play, and there's always an op there to greet them.
Sergey gets one as Fallen is trying to cover some of the troops running down the middle.
I mean, I asked the question. I asked if this aggression that we saw early on was going to continue once the guns came out, and obviously ENCE has no fear of peeking through these double doors. 2 AWPs, and Sergey, he doesn't want to move. He knows he's got one player locked in.
Yeah, he even saw them trying to shoot the AK out of the way. Sergey, right idea, quick kill on Fallen, and the crossfire. Alu on the other side, and he's going to take down Lucas. Oh, God. They are getting picked apart, aren't they?
Those are just like howitzers in middle, just trading back and forth. Beautiful work from Alu and Sergey, and they're just a roaming pair of AWPs. All 5 kills delivered by the snipers. 6-round advantage for ENCE.
Really is a Dust 2 classic setup with this double orb. There's a reason why it was popular for such a long time. I mean, there was even a point where people started discussing if you could even sort of have a good Dust 2 team without having this setup. Like, people were sort of saying, we have to have like another orb because it's just that powerful.
I mean, as powerful it is, it's still rare to see it have this level of effectiveness. This is just unbelievable. These Alps are delivering a very, very good scoreline. 4 players, they're gonna come through the smoke. There's the pop flash. Alexi holding the trigger. Can't find Fur, but Ariel's got 2. Completely blind as well. Nothing going right for MIBR. And Fallen just trying to get back in. He's blocked a little bit by Zeus. And the nade damage finishes him off. And now they get funneled back into the AWP. They have to challenge.
That's a nice shot. Still one guy left in the B-bomb side. Yeah, I think Fallen requested off the front line there, and the coach just said no. You're staying. Bomb goes down on Zeus and Taco in a 1 versus 3. This has been a really hard couple of maps so far here for MIBR. And we're not seeing that quality out of them that would make us think that they're about to turn it around. The money did get low on ends at one point, but now they're stacking it up again. Alu's Ridge, and everybody else is following along.
Yeah, Alu's got 13,000. Less now as he drops an AWP over to his teammate. But 10-3, there's nothing to sweat about if you're on the end side of things. MIBR absolutely needs these last 2 rounds of the half.
Yeah, they really do. But even then, it won't be easy. I'm not sure what the answer is right now. I don't think MIBR know either. Oh, and there's a shot from Sergey. He is so disgustingly quick with that AWP. Taking down Fallen. And again, they don't even really, I mean, most of the time, they're not even getting into afterplants, right? We're not seeing them having to fight 2-on-2s or anything like it. It's happened a couple of times in B, but almost every other time, they get shut down miles before they get to a bomb site. Alu is here to do it one more time. He's got the setup. They need a flashbang or something to clear him off this corner.
Yeah, they've just been losing too many players before they're even ready to attack a bomb site. Alu gonna give up the angle. Out towards long though, it's Zeus just walking through, and that's easy for X7. All they have left now is this catwalk attack, and there's gonna be 2 defenders at very different angles. Alu can just bait them right in to Ariel's crosshair. There's the smoke, there's the high flash. Alu not effective, and they just have to come out of the smoke and pray for the best. Flashbang behind Alu. He turns, now comes back for the peek. He's got that. He's tagged up Lucas as well. That is a great headshot, but you still have so much to deal with. And he's not even going to be aware of Ariel. It's just too easy. He didn't have the HP for that fight. It's left all on Fur. 1 versus 3. Sergey finally misses a shot, but Fur can do nothing more.
Man, what a great effort put in from Lucas to find those 2 kills. That can't have been very easy after getting tagged up, but ultimately, even taking down Alu finally, it's just still not enough here.
It's 11-3 in the favor of ENCE in terms of opening duels.
Wow, that shot. Yeah, that's a problem. I mean, that does sort of, that follows the scoreline, doesn't it?
Well, when all else fails, throw every flashbang you've got over long and see what happens. Alexi's gonna back away. A lot of utility used for MIBR to get out safely. And they just have to hope that they've saved enough to make it onto the bomb site as well.
They have the smokes to make the cross if that's what they want. But they know it's gonna be pretty heavily guarded. And if they use the smokes there, they're not gonna have many for when the bomb is gonna be planted. So that's another issue. But let's see how they do. They are thinking about it, certainly setting up for it. I think clearing out upper and lower dark now, making sure they're not getting any kind of a quick flank, it's kind of a good idea.
Well, Alu being boosted up, he can be as aggressive as he'd like towards long. He can actually take those peaks all day long if he really wants, because he's got a teammate on catwalk. Alexi's telling him it's clear. He doesn't have to worry about the other side. Well, he really has to be cautious about his close-up along this wall. You can see them creeping. Taco's not looking. No one could hold Alu back.
Molotov there, almost finding another one. Now he's realizing they are a little bit close. Grenade will force them back, and now they're trying to commit to the site here. 44 seconds as they run onto the A-bomb site. And Fur with the AK-47, Zeus with the turnaround, catching Ariel coming out of the smoke. It's still a 3-on-3. That bomb is a little bit delayed in the plan. It actually gives a lot of time for ENCE to get back into position. Fallen is called that no one is coming out middle, so at least he could go for the flank, and he's creeping in with the deagle. He's got the right idea, got the right setup for it. There's an instant headshot, and he's going to go for more damage, and that might have been the winning move here. Fallen with the flank, and Lucas with the headshot, so that's 11-4. MIBR finally picking up one more round here at the end of the half. I don't know if it's going to be enough, but we'll find out when we get into the second half coming up right after the break. Stay tuned.
Dream like say you wanna be somebody.
Walk through fire, try to keep your eyes closed, 'cause you wanna lie in silver for your own. Don't take liars when they're superimposed, 'cause they wanna raid your dreams when you're alone. Falling down, you get back up, 'cause you are own, and you're breaking through your rivals till they know you're a warrior. Cut through darkness, try to keep your head up, 'cause you wanna crush the claws that hold you back. Falling down, you get back up, 'cause you are own, and you're breaking through your rivals till they know you're a warrior. Walk through fire, try to keep your eyes closed, 'cause you wanna lie in silver for your own. Don't take liars
Better use it. Tell yourself day after day it's time to prove it. No days off, keep the hustle moving. Wanna see
Reminding myself to just let go. Don't wonder how far I can fall. Don't look down, never fade out. And I just wanna be someone and never fall behind again. Just keep on moving on. Never look down, never fade out. Never fade out. just wanna be someone and never fall behind again. Just keep on moving on. Never look down, never fade out. Never fade out.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back now with the final half here. It's 11-4 in favor of ENCE. They are merely 5 rounds away from being our first team in the grand finals here at the Intel Extreme Masters in Chicago. And that would be really something. This team has looked amazing this whole series. They were off to a cold start on Mirage, but then they got absolutely warmed up for Train, and they never really cooled down since. Look at the odds. That's ridiculous.
I know, it's just a bit wild, and it makes sense. The Alps were just so good in that first half. MIBR never able to find an answer. Fur's gonna challenge here, and he's actually found a kill. Not even a headshot. He had to really work for that one. He's brought to him to about half HP. Lucas is up next, and they would love to preserve this lead, but they're taking a lot of damage.
All right then, good follow-up on X7. Fur, he was already a little bit tagged up from earlier. And now he's going to be careful. They don't want to give this one away. 2 versus 5, and they've actually lost one of these earlier, so once has to be enough per semi-final. Lucas goes down on the site, and Alu's up here. He's got the bomb as well. He's going to lose Ariel as a teammate. I think that was the big hope, that maybe they could do something there. Great shot as they jump against him, and he's even taking some risks. But surely there could be no way out of this. He's fighting and hitting another headshot if he had got that one. Dear Lord, that would have been something.
I think even Zeus would have probably just given up. It's like, listen, we have a 4-on-1, and now you just put me in 1-on-1. It was very close to getting to that position for Zeus. Poor guy.
Too close.
He was just sweating. 11-5. MIBR need to go on a big run outside of this. You have to imagine as well, what we saw it on Train, we saw it on Mirage a little bit as well. They enjoyed a double up setup, Taco and Fallen, bringing those out a couple times.
Yeah, that's true.
You have to think that that's going to be the priority for this CT side.
Well, let's see if they can get there really quickly. They've got the UMPs, so... Oh, sorry, the MP9s. No UMPs, in fact, at all. But yeah, they can make some money with that. That's really the point.
Taco would love this. One flashbang, it's going to come through, and he's going to have a field day. There's the first, the second, he's spraying them all down, just 3 kills. But that's going to put him in such a strong position, an easy closeout as Fur comes through the window. I don't even think Taco saw that first kill he got. A 6th round now on the board for the Brazilians.
Yeah, smooth round, no real bumps in the road there, as they do make it onto 6. But now we've got the AWP already on Alu, and he's been a terrifying force in this first half, hasn't he?
I think part of the problem for that MIBR might have in this next round is they buy so many SMGs there, and obviously not upgrading them, but like against the Kriegs, against the AK-47s, yeah, you have a dominant second round, but you're actually so outmatched in terms of weaponry.
Yeah, that really can backfire. I think Henry coined the term bonus round, which I still think is like the best term that we have for it, but it can definitely backfire. Lucas here getting overrun. They almost managed to trade that. Ariel down to 18 health. But that is long control in favor of ENCE, and they have a man on short. That's a pretty good position to be in.
That's a really hard timing for MIBR to deal with, because they saw Lucas jump across to get behind the door. And they even put the Molotov out with the smoke, and MIBR doesn't think there's a world in which ENCE pops through that. But with the information of Lucas's position, they just commit. Now creeping up towards long, MIBR going to try and flank up Catwalk. X7 is here all alone. That might be the weakest part of this offense, but he's holding. He's ready and waiting. A good trade, and they can switch out to the Krieg, and still ENCE have not actually crossed long.
No, they're very slow. I'm guessing they think there's someone on the bomb side that they wanted to bait out. But when they finally do push onto the bomb side, they're going to get that kill on Fur easily. And with the Molotov on top of Taco, there was nothing that he could have done. Ariel with a nice triple in that round, even as he was very low on health from the initial engagement. And they make it work anyway. 12-6. Yeah, This is good news.
That's a great spin by Ariel. Timeout for MIBR being called. They can't even really invest. They don't really have a great economy either way. So maybe drop down to some pistols on a couple players, some armor, some utility. But for the most part, you're waiting for the next round, round number 20. 21 kills on Alu.
You have to assume, I mean, that double AWP does make the most makes the most sense to me. If they can get that, maybe there's a chance. We saw the power of it, and I mean, especially if you buy it in, you know, one of the early rounds and you get to not lose it for like 3 or 4 rounds in a row, that's when things start to get really fun. Well, here it is, 12-6 as we lead back into the game. The Brazilian side very far behind at the moment. Nothing has been easy here at this semi-final for them at all.
Well, Lexi. Oh, and even Sergey knows the push is coming. Zeus tries to get creative. Pop flash in mid. Oh, just hold the trigger at the choke point. He's got backup. He's got Alu still and T-spawn. Covering from afar. These pistols are all being swept aside. So yeah, now if you're MIBR, I think the ops are the big play, but the question is, like, we saw how aggressive ENCE was with the AWPs. I don't know if we're gonna see the same kind of style out of MIBR. Like maybe from Fallen, Taco, probably not.
No, I have to assume that that's gonna be a different thing altogether. And what do ENCE do? I mean, if they read that might be coming, what if they just rush middle or something? We've seen there are some really lethal mid rushes you could do on this map.
I think they just keep going at long, and it's nothing personal, but I think if you're ENCE and you say, listen, every time we've gone long, we've encountered Zeus there, like that is a weak spot on the defense.
Yeah. Yeah, go and find that. You could absolutely be right. Ariel will get the last kill. ENCE now at 13-6, and they are moving so close. This second and third map has just been a completely smooth ride for them. They need 3 more rounds, and they'll be our first team in the grand finals. I don't know what's good. 1 AWP out in play, and I think that's what they have, so.
It's on Fallen. Taco chooses to go for the SMG. I don't even know if he would have been able to get the off, but he wanted utility for sure. Lucas and Fallen towards long. It's just Lucas crossing over towards pit. Meanwhile, 3 players at this B bomb site. There's a stack here for MIBR though, so a pretty decent read in the opening stages of round 20.
Taco going to hide in that corner. Very dangerous to be there if they have as many Molotovs as ENCE do, because one of them going down means you just won't make it out alive, basically. If they forget to check it, of course, that is a different matter, and especially up close with the MP9. Let's see, it looks like a mid to B split, and it's going to be unbelievably fast. Normally they throw the smoke from the T side of the map, but they haven't even thrown the smoke, so it's going to be purely on contact. Fallen has got the perfect idea. He's got the right read. He needs the kill, and he's going to get it too, taking down Alu, and surely ENCE are going to want to go behind that. There's the Molotov we were just talking about. No chance for Taco, and Zeus won with the follow-up, but is it enough? Still a 3-on-3. They have the bomb site first setting up. Wanted to go for it.
X7 is in middle. He's just waiting patiently. Flashbang over. That's beautiful for Fur. A double kill. And there's Fallen as well. X7 was in a prime position to win that round for ENCE, but the peak from Fur is just too strong.
And you can almost infer the communication from that whole scenario, because Fur actually flashes himself in, and he cancels it right at the last second, and I'm sure that's Fallen saying, hold on, I've got an even better flashbang coming from middle, sets that up, and it's perfect. That was well done. 13-7. That was a must-win round for MIBR.
Absolutely was. It keeps them in this. Decent amount of players surviving. X7 get a challenge, and Zeus completely blind, overexposed. The double Molotov in towards the doors, and it doesn't do anything. Gonna be more than happy if you're X7 to take that tiny bit of damage for the kill.
You mentioned it earlier, looking for Zeus as maybe one of the factors that could help ENCE decide where they want to go. Great setup with the flashbangs. Even though they don't get the kill on him, they just force him back, and that's still pretty good.
I think the danger now is MIBR has to get somebody at least over towards rail. And Fallen just transitioned to that position. Lucas gonna wait right underneath catwalk. That Molotov is put out, information passed over, and Fallen's gonna have a job to do. First one out, and oh, he's taken down so quick. No chances for Fallen, and Fur needs to just hide, needs to just hold on to long. And MIBR is going to have a decision to make pretty soon if they want to save or go for this, and I think they're just going to call for the save.
It makes sense, doesn't it? I mean, we can see something that they even can't, which is the fact that Sergey's in the middle holding on to that part of the map, so yeah, they would be in a lot of trouble if they try to go for the retake. Almost certainly would be flanked in the middle of it. That is such a clean shot coming out from Aerial running onto that bomb site. Down the middle, trying to escape and hold on to the guns, and they're not going to be allowed to. Aerial has had a really great second half.
Oh, Taco just gave away his position. He gave away the game, and he's going to have to just fall back. But you can see Ed's swarming now towards that noise.
Yeah, they want to see if they get it, especially Sergey, I think, is circling around that CT or T-spawn, trying to see if he can find anything. And the slow march continues here. 2 rounds away now from making it.
It's wild how much of a difference we've seen from MIBR from the first map of Mirage, where Fallen and Fur were just monsters across that entire map, and now on Train and now on Dust 2, just kind of fading away. And it's got to be so depressing on a certain level to have to save these guns in some of these rounds when you know you're just too far back that you want to actually fight, but there's just no chance. And that feeling of hopelessness is probably what spawns this kind of a play, which we love to see, but it's being watched.
Yeah, again, I mean, it is the kind of play that we do expect out of her at some point, and there's a reason
everyone
for it.
He's playing against expects it as well.
Yeah, maybe that is part of the problem, right? But I don't know, like, part of me still wants to say, yeah, that can definitely be worth it, but that was the perfect angle to be in.
Well, it's also just the scoreline. If you're ends at 14-7, you're just saying, like, let's just keep playing standard. We know some crazy stuff's going to happen at a certain point. The scout doesn't connect. Fallen's going to dip away.
And now they definitely know. They found Fur up there. They heard the scout coming out. They can guess that MIBR are not going to have enough grenades even to hold on to this bomb site. There aren't going to be a lot of Molotovs on the ramp. There aren't going to be a lot of smokes to try and hide inside of or anything else like that. Under 50 seconds, and they're going to make the initial flash and smoke to cross over. Lucas here with the Deagle. He's just flashed for such a long time. And finally, when they get close, he's not connecting with these shots. He's got 1 health left, and there's no one there that can even help him out.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Okay. Sergey stops the jumps, and 15-7. Ends just 1 round away from the Intel Extreme Masters Grand Finals.
A lot of questions about this team after their amazing major performance. It's been sort of a little bit up and down, maybe more down than most people would have appreciated. But I think this has been sort of a revival tournament for them. Chance of coming out easy for Ents, and it kind of has been. You can't even really argue with that. Alexi B goes down in the middle. Sergey with a quick refrag over at long. That was Fallen, I believe, trying to sneak in.
Listen, Sergey has had a godlike series against MIBR here. He was so good on Mirage, he was so good on Train, and even with the AWP in the first half, he was a menace. Even though the numbers aren't going to really be too shocking or too surprising to look at, he has just been stunningly good.
Alu just jumped down. He just does not even care anymore. Holding them back inside of the B bomb site as the bomb is being planted. Alu's just let himself go in this one. He just didn't even care, did he?
He's playing games now. He knows victories within sight. He can feel it.
Yeah, and this is really something. Ents looking like a dominant team. It'll be fun to see how they do once in the grand finals. Lucas, the last one left in a 1 versus 3, and a very powerful Finnish team here. A single kill away from making it. The bomb is down, ticking away, and Lucas, he's just trying, but there's nothing to do. They're throwing grenades, everything they got right at him, and that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Your first finalist here at Intel Extreme Masters in Chicago. It is going to be Ents.
That is a solid performance across 3 maps, rebounding very nicely after Mirage. Train was dominant. The ops on Dust 2 were just so powerful. MIBR could do absolutely nothing, but still, I think you have to have a little bit of a smile at the performance that MIBR has put in. The conditions coming in, cold departing the team, Zeus stepping.
Try to keep your head up, cause you wanna crush the claws that hold you back. Falling down, you get back up, cause you are old, and you're breaking through your rivals till they know you're a warrior. Walk through fire, try to keep your eyes closed, cause you wanna lie in silver for your own. Don't take liars when they're superimposed, cause they wanna raid your dreams when you're alone. Falling down, you get back up, cause you are old, and you're breaking through your rivals till they know you're a warrior.
Where things are going to get loud and extremely exciting as Liquid finally take to the stage in Chicago. And we'll start things out with Liquid on the T side. Purchasing armor for 3. There's utility on 2. Nitro and NAF will be the ones to hold on to it. Apex will have 2 flashes. There's 2 kits. NBK and Apex want to try and play on the retake. Elise already onto the catwalk, wants to work in with the Glock. RPK down already. Nitro opens it up for Liquid. But Vitality still want to work back in and hold off. Remember, Apex does not have armor, has to play the headshot angle on top of the ramp, but does not have the armor. Can't be aggressive. And that little bit of utility they have, the smokes, they want to try and deploy them. Perhaps they should have sooner. Apex finds the headshot angle he needs, and now finally puts him down as Alex has to hold from long. The retake needs to be on. If the bomb can get far enough, remember, it's not fully committed and it's down on top of the site. Stewie's the last alive. He's going to look back over to find Zywoo.
Zywoo 1 versus 1 against Stewie 2K. We'll see if there's any chance this bomb can get planted at this point. It is down on the site. And there we have Zywoo looking towards long. He has got position now, and that's a hell of a shot. It will be Zywoo to close things out here. Remember, they did manage to take down Liquid on Dust 2 in Cologne. It's the one map they did take in overtime. As now, round 2 coming through, no bomb planted. I doubt we see the force fire here. Should be the AKs in the third. We see a couple of flashbangs here and the opportunity just to try and get that bomb down. Usually towards short, but they have got a decent long spawn here.
So Liquid have to try and recover it. Don't go aggressive on the force buy. Now wait for the third round to bring out the guns. Be disciplined about it, but if they can maybe knock you with the rifles on the ground, or better still take down Alex immediately. Zywoo as well. We know they struggle against pistols. Liquid know it as well. They don't bother forcing because this is the kryptonite for Vitality. And now they've got an M4 and 2 UMPs already. Absolutely ridiculous that Vitality still has this problem this deep into their run as a team. Cologne was one thing. This is something else. There was barely any investment from Liquid. This was hardly a force buy.
Yeah, this has to stop happening. You're absolutely right. There still is a chance to pull it back. They have themselves a 4-on-2, though. MBK and Apex will have to do everything they can do at this point. We have HEs available. There are smokes as well. As they make their way towards B, it's completely wide open. Liquid, though, apprehensive to make their way through. They have got the advantage here, but without armor, it can fall apart very quickly.
Apex will work his way back onto catwalk. He's expecting that they're still going to show up toward long, given that that's where they won the fight early on, but Liquid's been smart about this. They've played the map in their favor, and they're going to go back over toward B, walk into a clean site, and this is done. There's no way they even considered going for it. They have to save the Scout. They have to save the FAMAS. They don't have anything else. Even with the cross already in, MBK's not going to get lucky. He's not going to get a gift, so I'm surprised he even considers pushing back out toward middle. Instead, he should be heading toward long where his teammate is. It's 1-1. That's a huge win from Liquid.
They didn't invest anything. A couple of flashbangs, Matt. That was it. How does this keep happening to Vitality? It's got to be so disheartening. Every big stage they enter, this problem seems to be surfacing. And now it's confirmed. Vitality will be giving this round up. Liquid somehow, some way have made that round work. And it's an M4 in the hands of Liege and a couple of UMPs available as well. Will Vitality saving these two weapons? The option of force fire and return is there. But will they have the same success? This wasn't part of the script. Like we said, AK's in the third. This was the eco.
And that's Vitality's biggest issue. There's no question about it. So what's the response to be? 1,400, 1,700 for ZywOo. They're actually going to try and force back into this themselves. If they lose this, if everyone goes down, if they can't even try and save at the end of this round, as they see the explosiveness by which they take long, and they know they're against pistols. Usually you try and get nades into that position, or you at least put 2 or 3 people in that direction. But they get caught off, and now Vitality, as I was saying, if they lose everyone here, they're absolutely left with little to work with for the next round. Almost a double eco situation, as the bonus will still build. ZywOo tagged as he crosses. Stewie actually connected through the door. Alex, aggressive up middle, does make contact toward long. Naf can't spot him on catwalk, just try to play a side angle towards Suicide so he's not seen from doors, but could potentially catch them retreating back toward the site. Xbox smoke and Apex is already out. If they want to work Cat, he could catch them off, and he has. He's got Nitro at the very least. Contact with Twists. He actually finds not only a kill, but the assist onto Alex. RPK above the smoke, trying to play clever. This was the map they won in Cologne. This was the map RPK went off on, and he gets one. And nearly do they change the round because they had a kill immediately before that. Still, though, it's a 2-on-1. Apex does have the gun, does have the armor, but he does not have the kit.
He certainly does not, and not much hope of winning this one. He'll do everything he can, though. If he had an incendiary, a smoke, anything, he might have a chance here. But the fact he has no kit limits his chances to almost 0. We'll see the shots exchange, and I know exactly where he is. And it's Liege to close things out. Liquid will fend off the force fire from Vitality there, and they are financially broken at this point. This will be $2,000 for each French player. They have to take the full eco at this point. And Liquid off to a flying start after losing the pistol. It's such a strange thing to keep saying over and over again for Vitality, as they really had to win this map. This is the one they need to take. Overpass next. This is where they've actually bested Liquid before in Dust 2. If they don't do it here, it could be a very rough semi-final for them. Either way, Stewie 2K bringing out the AWP. Oh my! Just preemptively shooting the right-hand side of the door, and there will be damage inflicted towards Alex there, down to 27 HP, and they're stacking middle, but here comes a Molotov to flush them out.
He was almost unlucky not to get the headshot there, and you can see what the pain does. Liege flushes, catches ZywOo, and he nearly got Alex as well. That was almost good for a double. That Molotov's not quite as good. But still, Twists at long, knows that they've been pushed back towards CT, so naturally, he goes and fires through. Gap in the smoke favors him as he gets NBK as well. And jumping through the door, Alex down 3-1 for Liquid. But now, we see what's brought out. Not enough for a glass cannon, not enough for a full op on the CT side.
The problem is, it's RPK that has the money for it. He would have no armor and a rifle. It's not really worth the investment at this stage. ZywOo, he will be silenced this round. He might just have to go with an AUG or an M4. He won't have the powerful impact he normally can have on this map. We're heading into round number 5, and it's Stewie 2K, who's been lighting up this tournament. He's one of the highest ratings so far, and we'll see if he can inflict more damage as Vitality will focus towards long. They throw their initial grenades, but look at Twist. He's made his way up towards short. He's got great information there. Fast B split could be coming through here as well. Doubles down on the smoke Molotov behind it, and it's up to Apex now to try and do anything about this. As he flashed through, does he get boosted up? It's Alex in position to do just that. This is a great spot, but it is pre-fire. That's why you have to stay down and time and plan your moment.
Planning the moment is one thing. Getting success off of it, it's another. They have gotten Apex back across toward the B site to play with NBK at this point. And he'll wait behind box as Apex gets a little bit closer. Nitro with the bomb. He's already had a warm-up on this map today. Team America in the showcase, just a big note.
Apex, he's really unfortunate there, and it's a double kill there for Liquid. He peaks at the wrong moment. This smoke goes down. Alex, all he can really do is spam. He'll go towards the window, but surely that Molotov will be in position soon, or a bullet to the dome. It is going to be RPK and ZywOo, nothing left to do to save.
And Apex stepping out what he did also meant that they didn't need the extra smoke to get inside of the site because they knew they had the access to tunnels once one inside of the site was down directly. So did not throw the dribble smoke, rush it in, and now they'll chase down the guns. Naf sticks around just to be sure no one's near enough to the bomb. ZywOo and RPK trying to hold on to rifles. This will put it to a 4th round bonus, which is not quite enough on the CT side. They might get baited into buying out a few more guns, given that they have an AK to work with.
Well, that's round confirmed. Really unfortunate timing there. Apex known for his aggression, trying to get information towards the upper B area. At the moment he starts pushing though, 2 Liquid players swing out. Double kill for Twist at that point, and it's a very convincing finish as well. 3 players survive, including the AWP. 4-1 up, and here's the replay. The shots from Twist coming through. That was just wonderful. That's round over at that point. It's such a difficult bomb site to retake, especially when Twist is doing remarkable shots like that. I thought the Molotov was coming towards the window, but that's even more effective.
It's early yet. We've only had 5 rounds, but Twist's already on 6. We touched on last year how he was incredible in group stages. Elige gets another MVP in the group stage, and overall, statistics for Elige, he has been the MVP for this team in a lot of ways. Consistency is key, but Twist is a stage player now, and that's been instrumental in getting over that choke that everyone talked about for Team Liquid, and getting them the Intel Grand Slam, and perhaps a win on the next season as well, as Elige tries to go to work on MBK.
That's a lovely opening pick. There is a chance for Vitality to win this round, but it's shrinking by the second. Alex has been removed, MBK has been tagged, and no damage inflicted whatsoever to the North Americans. Elige will be throwing in the Molotov. It's going to be quite perfect, actually. ZywOo, oh, he just about avoids the flames, so there's a chance now he gets the kill. I would say he almost certainly does. Elige won't be ready for this. Why do I ever doubt him? He absolutely rails him down the steps there, and he gets a second. This is Team Liquid looking absolutely stunning right now, Matt. They're not missing a beat.
Nope, they've come out to send a message. There's no question about it. And again, Vitality showed signs of weakness yesterday as well. We discussed the fact that there was a potential for no French teams on the stage, which G2 we thought might have gotten by MIBR. Both of them had tough days yesterday, but ultimately they found themselves here after 3 maps. MBK trying to keep himself alive. He cannot do that. 5-1 now for Liquid. And it's the same story. Again, I mentioned it. It's the anti-eco that got this going for Liquid. It's incredible.
It's just the morale as well. Can you imagine how crushing that is? This happening so consistently as well on the big stages. Every single map, it feels like. It's just such a struggle. They take so long to get into games, but they are a resilient team. They can work their way back into this. And finally, ZywOo has the AWP, but Stewie2K has the long spawn and the orb, I would assume. We'll see if he can open things up here. Players will be there. He flashes over. He commits to an actual deep push towards the blue bin here. And now he is really in a tight spot. Needs to nail that headshot. Doesn't come through, and now needs to retreat.
Yeah, that's the hard part, because he has to hit that. Once you lock yourself into that corner, the utility comes flying toward you, and there's not much you can do to avoid damage. Oh, okay. I was going to say somehow he dances by the bullets of Alex, but walks back in. Still 29 HP on an AWP, so it's not the end of the world. Imagine he holds on to that now rather than passing it off to Nitro, because on 29, that's less of a factor if he can still hit shots.
Still a 5-on-5 with over a minute on the clock here. We have 3 smokes available for Team Liquid as they go towards middle once again. Oh, there it is, the opening kill from Stewie2K. Alex drops. He's 0-7 right now. Can't sink a seep into the semi-final at all. ZywOo going down to CT spawn. With that pick towards middle, he has to go focus on that area. And now short is wide open. It means RPK is pretty much alone towards A. He's watching long and short right now. ZywOo and CT spawn does rotate to the A ramp in the nick of time. This is important. They actually have a solid setup now. They've got a chance of defending this.
No one at A long, though. They've got Car for RPK, but that means if he even has to help ZywOo, they'll be able to strike. ZywOo down. RPK stuck in by the car, gets around the corner before Naf walks out. He didn't know he had access to it, and RPK, as a result, gets 2, but that was inevitable. Unfortunately for Naf, he's left alone, and they know exactly where he is at this point in time, so bomb will stay where it is. Naf, with the only smoke he could throw, has to get by, even trying to use the particles of the nade, and it works! He got the information, he finds the shot instead. Old school BP cross mid style with the nade. And now he's got Bomb, but does he know Apex has gone back the same direction he came? He has to hold the plant, 5 seconds on the clock. And now he knows, barely damaged, sees him at the core, he gets the angle, he gets the clutch.
This is unstoppable. That is unbelievable. Nafly in the 1 versus 3. He absolutely destroys them there. RPK had done such amazing work to even get them in a position where it looked like it was a lock-in. It was a done deal. I love that from Naf. He uses the smoke, the Molotov, and as you said, the HE there creates a small cloud. It allows him to get across. It wasn't much, but it was enough to get him on the bomb side there. And Apex, he knew exactly where he was. He got the first shot off, couldn't find the head, and Naf will punish every single player that misses a shot on him. It's 6-1. Liquid just look remarkable at this stage. It's going to have to be another eco as Vitality find maximum loss bonus, but not much else. Nothing saved in the previous round. We will have Deagles, 1 smoke, and presumably a stack on the side of the map. 5-7 purchase for Apex. He's got himself Kevlar as well. A small chance they can win this one. Anything is possible on Dust 2, but they've got to get past the initial damage here. You can see them stacking towards long. Stewie2K ready for the first pick as grenades are thrown in, successful ones, and he misses that first shot.
Stewie waiting patiently, didn't catch RPK. Crossing inside of the cave, he knows he's there, flashed off. Well struck from RPK. Stewie even sensed that coming and tried to retreat. And no one was in position to trade. Bomb, it's not a threat. They've left that at middle where Nitro will grab it, but they'll give up on long for now. Twist is out mid. He's behind them all. Smoke to let him go by. He can just hold this van at this point. It's such an unorthodox position. The only thing he has to worry about is if anyone comes out of B doors by rotating back in, and they're not going to do that. They're going to walk directly into him. That was lovely.
Yeah, great positioning, and MBK will have to pull a rabbit out of the hat here to stand a chance as Elijah finds him first, and now into a 4 versus 2, and you can see they're taking no prisoners this game. They want to make sure every single member of Vitality is going down in this round. It's RPK and CT spawn, 22 points of health, and no real reason to push much further than this. They're just making sure they get the intel and guarantee that no weapons are picked up here by Vitality.
Waited out with armor at least. Not that anymore for RPK.
Yeah, Apex might as well save. He's got the 5-7 armor combo. Invested a bit more than his teammates this round, so if they are going to buy into the next one, at least he'll save some cash in that department. So not the end of the world, but he might be found out here. They are heading towards those long doors. It's currently where he's positioned, but I think he's absolutely fine. Only Nafly can get him at this point. He's dangerously close. He's on the other side of those doors, but he does live to the next round. 7-1 down here on the CT side of Dust 2. Vitality, this is their map pick, remember, as well. This is not the start they were looking for. They won the pistol, and of course, the full eco defeat comes in, and at this stage, Liquid are just running away with it. Double AWP set up, maybe out of desperation at this point. It's MBK and ZywOo who really need to step up. MBK will be taking it towards a B bomb site and ideally set him up there by himself as it looks towards our top middle pick. Flashbang comes through, and he has now lost the information as to whether anyone's close to those doors.
NBK still trying to get the gap, and he does find it. Hard to believe he could see through that at that point. Edge of the smoke. Very, very slight position. Apex has played this perfectly. Ooh, I say that. Actually gets caught off. I thought NBK was going to bait him back in, but he makes amends with the fact that his teammate went down to find Elise. Nitro's gone, and now maybe finally around 4 Vitality as Twists still left alive. Does find the first one through the door, but being flanked, RPK's on him too soon, and it's 7-2.
There it is, MBK with the secondary AWP, managing to find 3 kills in total. Beautiful shots coming through as well. Hopefully a sign of things to come because they need to wake up here, need to start working together and finding multiple frags because at this stage, Liquid just look like they're on another level completely. It's round 10 coming through, a full healthy buy on both sides, but it's Liquid with lots of money in the bank. Not really the same story for Vitality at all. Stewie2K looking for the opening frag once again. You can see the AWP position on the right-hand side. He will not peek towards T-spawn, looking for the same angle he had before. Very vulnerable to flashbangs here, but he does have decent vision for anyone crossing over towards middle there.
Still waited out as well. I'll throw a flash rather than try and smoke off Xbox. 2 smokes long. RPK, remember he pushed through last time with the pistol. This time he's actually going to burrow himself over by the pit. Naf is very patient about this fight. This is his role every single time on Dust 2. He will wait and he will time it so that when they take the site, if they take the site from Catwalk, he has access to long and he doesn't let the CTs retake from that position. Issue for him is that the bomb is also with him and he's already through the door. So if they commit to this, someone's got to go back for that at some point. If anyone's left alive, Elige certainly is. He'll find two. And as he swings back out toward the car, he takes down RPK directly. Now Naf can go back for the bomb, but at this point, maybe bomb isn't the objective after all. MBK is already trying to save with the AWP.
Textbook counter-strike there from Team Liquid. You can see their motions there. They have to get it towards short. They're ready to Molotov a potential AWP on the other side. It's ZywOo that tries to play in front of it. They spotted a pixel of him. They're able to strike together. Sure, a couple of kills with Vitality, but the trades were everything there for Liquid. They open up the A bomb site, and RPK had to find at least 2 frags to even have a say in this round. He got nothing, as Elige just looks so sharp with that Krieg right now, as he manages to get 3 kills in total. MBK was the hero of the last round, but in round number 10, he'll be holding up to T-Spawn with the AWP, just hoping he can save the weapon, as once again, they are broken. There's 3 players surviving on the Liquid side, and the hunt is starting to commence here. We can see Nitro in towards those B tunnels, heading in towards T-Spawn, but MBK, he looks safe for now.
I would say so, and they're going to need that AWP.
Indeed they will. He's been the only player that's actually performed in an important round so far. Alex is 1 in 10 as well. Difficult performance for him.
And you got to consider, yes, you mentioned in an important round 1 that they won, but you can't discount RPK. He does sit 8-8 right now. He is finding frags from his position at long. The problem is he's left very alone toward the car position, either getting flanked by Naf that leads to a clutch, or just getting simply traded out, as is the case here from Elige. He walks around. RPK's left alone at this point. What more can you ask from him? He's not going to win the round at that point on his own.
Yeah, he's so compromised at that point. He's at the car. He's got threat from long and short, of course. As we get into the next round, it's not the force buy from Vitality, but they still have that AWP. Naf is aggressive, but completely flashed. They go past ZywOo, but kills are coming in through the smoke. It's 3 in total for Vitality as they take deaths all over the place. Apex will be the last remaining player here, and now all he can do is sit outside the B bomb site. This is getting out of hand.
Yeah. Save the 5-7 again with Armor Henry.
Yeah, that might be the best.
Fancy it?
It might be the best approach at this stage. Elige is even ready and waiting towards upper B. This is so efficient. Everything's looking so good for them. That smoke protects Elige for now. As soon as it dissipates, we'll focus more towards the tunnels. And exactly that. He nails the shot. Everything is just looking perfect right now. They don't give up a single kill when the AWP is out there. They eradicate that threat with no problem whatsoever. They're 9-2 up, and MBK shaking his head. He knows this is falling apart. What can they really do with this now? They have enough to buy. The double AWPs are out once again, but ZywOo hasn't really come online at all. We've got Alex that's missing, RPK and MBK trying to do whatever they can, but at this stage, it's Liquid just going around as a death ball and hitting every single shot. Here's Stewie attempting to find damage at the start once again. And I'll send 1 player towards B. That's going to be Nitro, but the long take looks very likely here. 3 players outside that position, but 2 players in the pit. So maybe changing things up here slightly. RPK deciding to fall back, throws a decent grenade in there. There's a lot of damage and gets the first headshot.
RPK, this is the point. He's looked solid. He just hasn't had the support. But if they're going to challenge him directly, then he can have the impact as well. Alex gone. RPK smartly will smoke himself out. Stewie tries to get through that, fire a shot, but can't do so, can't land it, has to back away. So Nitro and Stewie, AWP and AK against 2 ops, M4 AUG. And Vitality with a 2-2 split. They can actually isolate ZywOo at this point. And then the retake would be on because RPK would have to hold long at that point.
1 minute remaining here. Might not be able to win this one, but Liquid is certainly going to find a couple of kills. Nitro will try his luck towards a perfect flashbang, remove ZywOo from his posted position there on the A bomb site, and now he doesn't know whether to challenge again. Have they made their way up? He doesn't seem to be sure, but still, it will be Liquid with 1 flash remaining. You got to throw that and commit off this.
ZywOo up on top of the box. Drop for Nitro. RPK gone. Stewie takes ZywOo. That's exactly the isolation I was talking about, but it's a 2-2 split. They weren't ready for the flank. And as such, Stewie's left alone, but has the information that they're both coming from B. AWP jumping, spots 1. Lucky to be alive in that, considering the MBK hold. He's gonna try and go toward long. He's gonna be greeted. They're both with their knives out. They're both not ready, and somehow Stewie stays alive. They still give the chance to push through CT faster. Stewie's gotta get aggressive. He gets by Apex. He lost track of him completely smoked down. Now he controls the pit. Bombs planted for him, and he can actually do this.
No smoke remaining, no kit available. The only chance MBK has if he peeks and nails a massive shot here. He knows he's gonna have to peek eventually. Stewie, oh my God! 4 kills in the round. That is sensational. What a round. I can't believe it. What happened with Apex there? He knifes out, jumps past him. He must have assumed he fell back. He's just collapsing
And let's
there.
talk about the look before that too. Jumps across, MBK can't get the shot off. They both have their knives out when they greet each other at long. Vitality had 2 chances to win that cleanly. And look how, again, you talked about impact and MBK having the only one. That is ridiculous. I don't know how he lost track of him that badly. He must have thought he was already at the corner, but keep the gun out at least. But again, RPK, he's doing so much, and he just can't buy a break.
He can't do any more than that. 3 kills and you're anchoring long. That should be a done round. There's no other way around it. That's it. It should be over. There's been one ridiculous clutch from Nafly, and now Stewie 2K stepping up, maintaining that form we've seen all tournament. It's double digits for Team Liquid here as they go 10-2 up. Another deco on the card of Vitality, and they haven't really stolen any rounds away in that department. Alex 1-12. It's really getting difficult out there. Their map pick is going to be so demoralizing if this is a crushing defeat with this sort of scoreline. Twist makes his way out towards long. No contact there. There's actually a little push towards short here. Leach, I think, has spotted the first, but it's RPK continuing with strong fragging potential.
I would say definitely since Cologne, but even perhaps before that, that RPK has been the second best player on this team.
Yeah.
Behind ZywOo. Exactly what he needs. Cross achieved. Baited out the shot. Stewie might have spotted him at the last second toward the wall, but goes back and confirms the kill. Apex on the flank, the rest on the site. If they can get another kill with the pistols, they have a chance at it. Alex, who's been dead quiet. He had 1 kill until this point, finds 2, and immediately Apex is on the flank. They steal a round back that they desperately need.
They really needed that one. It's not much, but it does get the 3rd on the board. They've got to start believing now. They'll have very good money for these final 2 rounds. It's 10-3, but they'll have no chance of facing a Liquid Eco at this point. It's just been too strong of a performance, and you're right, Alex. The time he decides to turn up, it's a very important moment there. The deco victory coming through.
And that's been the tip in the scales. If RPK is playing amazingly on A, Alex has 1 kill on that side of the map with him. That's, I mean, if he goes down every single time, no wonder RPK can't win anything.
Well, we're going for a fast change of pace here. We're going to be going straight up towards short, but Vitality seem aware. Molotovs will be thrown in with the flashbangs. Alex starting to find some form now. Lovely headshot towards Nafly, but it doesn't slow Liquid down at all. Twist going through the flames. It's so chaotic right now. Surely another round on the board for Vitality, but Twist and Nitro, they're starting to find frags now, and there it is. It's going to be Nitro with the opportunity for a 2nd kill. He seems to know exactly where Apex is, takes him out of the equation, and Stewie 2K to finish things off. What an adjustment from Liquid.
That is so crazy. They run through 2 Molotovs. Twist, fully blinded, somehow still gets 2. Sprayed along that he was not even expecting to have to take. And then Nitro, you're right, the awareness on the 2nd player. I didn't think he was going to know that they were going to push back on the ramp.
What can you do about that? Luckily, Vitality, after the Eco victory, do have tons of money left over. They get the double off set up once again, but they're up against 3. Will we see a kill come through the doors? We don't. Not yet, at least. 3 players crossed, and now Nafly posted in position in those long doors, waiting to see if MBK fancies the challenge. He does! Fully blind, and Nafly will get the opening frag. Luckily, ZywOo finds one on the other side of the map. Still a 4-4, which favors Team Liquid on Dust 2.
Now get rid of the op. Round 15, not a huge deal, but why not make sure it doesn't at least fall into their hands and become usable for the rest of the rounds. It's back over toward B. Dribble smoke already in place. RPK is the one on the B site this time, so early to rotate, and he seems to be ready, or is he? Elish gets through the smoke so much sooner than they're ready for, indeed, as he finds Apex as well. B site opens Stewie to cover the cross, and it looks like we could be having a 12-3 start for Team Liquid on the map that gave them the most trouble in Cologne against Vitality. On the map that they actually dropped out of the 4 played. ZywOo does get across, but Naf peeks out accordingly, and Liquid have a stellar start to this semifinal.
Yeah, it couldn't look any better from them. They have turned up to this semifinal looking absolutely ridiculous. We'll take a break and see if Vitality have anything.
crush the pause.